Live, and I do believe they can hear you now. Hello there, everyone, and welcome. I'm accompanied by a certain time traveler. If you would introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Crea Ritzel. I'm a time traveler, like Raza said, but I think I kind of um jumped through a lot of times. I don't know a lot about the internet, so I'm here to learn from Hatina Raza Sensei.
Yes,
Yay! Thanks
I
for
am
having
here.
me.
As you might have noticed, this is an educational stream. Let no one tell you otherwise. What you will see here has happened, and if you are not aware of it, might happen again. Don't let this happen to you. A lot of it is very bad. That said, we will begin with very serious business.
Serious. I have my notebook,
Yes, please take notes.
my pen and note.
And if you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, I shall raise my teeny little hand, teeny weeny hand. Okay, let's
This video
go.
is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Business
Oh wait,
is
is there sound?
important.
Is it too loud or?
Business is
I can't actually
professional.
hear anything. Oh,
Business is the engine in the car on the road that drives us
I don't
forward
think there's sound.
to our journey.
Wait, there's
Is
no sound?
it? Oh wait.
Is there or
Can
is
you
there?
play it again?
There is no I in business.
There should be.
Welcome to the seminar. Serious
Oh
Business
yeah. Okay.
101. First slide, please. It's August
Oh
6th,
God, this one.
2013, and we're at a conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Agile 2013. What's Agile? Well, it's blah, 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 blah. That bit's not terribly important. What matters is that
Yes,
this is
what
a
matters.
very professional environment. Keynotes, panels, networking.
You're fascinating to talk.
The definition of professionalism, obviously.
Interactive display boards.
Also, why is
5
the
of these placed across the
thingamajig in
ground,
Chinese?
in lobbies, the cafeteria,
Yeah.
gathering grounds. And
There we
there's
go.
all
I
the
was wondering
intimidation to go with
the
them. An automatic Twitter feed. Simply use the hashtag Agile2013 and you're
I would understand if I was in China, but I'm not.
It even displays images. What an amazing idea, you guys. And people were loving it, giving feedback, showing their pride. It was all going great.
Until it wasn't.
For a whole 87 minutes. When one attendee had a very unprofessional idea. He takes a photo of one of the displays and posts it to a circular
Get ready
message
for
board
this.
with the following text. Hello B, I come to you in a time of great need. 5 giant screens.
Okay.
Ridiculous avatars, gore, and trap imagery would be much appreciated. Please, pretty please.
It's as bad as you
Well,
think it's
we
gonna
test
be.
this out. So people logged into Twitter, wrote something dumb with the hashtag Agile2013, and hit send. A minute later, a new photo comes up on the message board.
Mind you, this was in 2013. Imagine if it was today.
So there was everyone enjoying the conference. When suddenly,
Oh
During this convention, do I find Digimon
no.
themed butt plugs? My daddy never had big man talk with me. How do I make baby? I want baby.
and from there it escalated.
There's a guy having
Concerning
sex with a dead
team
person in the
Asia,
toilet.
you
You
should
should
be
find
ignored
me.
as they
I
are
will
only
let
good
you
for
have
making
some
tongue-punching
tongue-punching
fun.
Twitter on a usual day.
As they are only good for making
Now it didn't take long for Agile organizers
Oh
to
no.
notice.
What
Agile Alliance does not approve of the misuse of the hashtag.
And here was the fatal mistake. They thought,
It's only like 3 trolls from Twitter. It's no problem.
so they rallied their troops.
Yeah, it's never two or three trolls. Where there's one, there be many.
And honestly, they took it too far. They started
Yeah, they really did take it
increasingly
far.
reprehensible stuff on the timeline, to the point where all of the other attendees were drowned out by a deluge of horrific images.
Hitler did nothing wrong.
Their reporting was slow and ineffective against people making alt accounts. So with each passing minute, they were losing more ground. A couple of agile
Charge!
attendees stuck their heads up over the trenches and drew targeted fire.
Looks like the feed is being spammed pretty badly. Maybe time to switch hashtags. I can't be the only one reporting all these people. Why doesn't Twitter make them go away?
Lisa is giving free toss jobs at the main screens.
Flailing round,
I'm blocking and blocking, but they keep coming up.
eventually, someone from B offered some useful advice.
Have you tried
Useful.
getting the cyber police involved?
How do I contact these cyber police?
But tragically,
The cyber police never arrived.
report them. Stop
How
them,
do I
cried
contact
one of
the cyber
organizers.
police?
But it was no use. And soon he was targeted too, with his profile and personal pictures shopped into compromising positions. Then those shops were, of course, posted back onto the Agile hashtag. Eventually, Agile had had enough. And they surrendered. Disabling the Agile 2013 hashtag.
They should have done that first thing, honestly.
Or was
But
it?
wait, there's more.
Turns out there was another functioning hashtag, Agile 2. And once B figured
Was-
that out, they took to destroying that as well.
Oh no.
And that really
Oh,
was
no.
the end of it. Or was it? Because B found the host's website. They went straight to the source, uploading content directly to the displays. And that really was the end. The next day, the only thing on the displays was this message.
We are working on shutting down the Eventifier site. We are reporting abusive accounts. We are also trying to find all other sources and shut them down as well.
I'm sorry.
I want to put it to perspective. This
That
was
the tragedy
at most like
that
20
befell
people
the gay law
working
cops.
to do all of that.
Very unprofessional, you guys. Slide 2, please. But first, ad time. Shadow
Also, I
Man.
should mention, his ads
Shadow
are
Leg ads.
so good. I wish I could do ads like him.
Now on iOS and Android, it's a totally free RPG PvP
Oh.
DVD for
Wait for
people
it.
ADHD,
Just
but
trust
don't
me
take
on
my
this.
word for it. Here's someone from IGN. Look how many positive reviews it has. In fact, I bought another phone with my sponsorship money so I can dual-wield Raid, Shallow Leaves.
Do you guys not have phones? Yeah.
Dozens of upgradable characters.
Oh god, the Diablo
Story
incident.
Wait, I just realized this is my one opportunity to say bad stuff about Shroud.
I've watched almost every one of his videos.
He'll never hear it because he always
Not-
fucking ads. Wait. Red Shady Lemon.
He complained about another streamer skipping his ads always.
Mom, I've been playing for 2 days straight, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Hey, wait, no, stop. Mom! Look at this one. I use this champion because she has a massive...
I forgot about that part.
console. Throw that in the trash, my dude.
That's my dialysis
Hmm,
machine.
that's a little bit sus, not gonna lie.
Machine you need.
Sus, sus,
Giant
sus.
boss fights, PvP battles, almost 10 million players. Are you playing yet?
Wait, is this ad?
Get it with the code
Yes, this is an ad.
description and get 50k
Oh my
silver
God.
and a free
I told you, it's so good.
What a twist! There's also big plans to update.
His
the
ads
game.
are
Here's
bloody
the roadmap for the
brilliant.
next 6 months. All right.
Like, you can study his ads and learn a lot, honestly.
Right,
Wow.
McDonald's is a business.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
all mine. In January of 2012,
Ah yes, McDonald's.
they had a brilliant idea. Let us improve brand perception with Twitter. Let
I
us
can remember a
improve the
part of
brand.
this.
Hashtag Meet the Farmers. A campaign that informs them that our meat only
Okay.
comes from local, independent producers, and not from, as the papers report, orphanages. So they published this promo.
And I don't think I've ever gone to work a day in my life.
There are two ways you can take the meat came from the orphanage.
Success!
Hell yeah, lads. Another win as usual.
People were loving it.
That's scary. No.
They had their usual detractors, of course, but overall...
Sounds like the Promised
stuff.
Neverland. Oh my god.
So they
Yeah,
swapped
it does,
this
doesn't
hashtag
it?
with a new one. McDee's Stories. And here's where things took a turn. They wanted the Twitter public to tell their experiences at
stories.
McDonald's.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Obviously, only good things ever happen at McDonald's.
They wanted the public to tell certain
Oh,
stories.
no.
And our
However,
success. So McD
The
stores
internet
premiered on the
is something
development
else.
page, and
It doesn't work how you want it to. It works in mysterious and unknown ways.
People weren't going to harp on about the time they got a free extra sauce with their McNuggets. Instead, they were going to tell McHorror stories. Here's just a select few.
Indeed.
A McFingernail in my fries. A woman McSoliciting McSex in the drive-through lane. I looked this one up, by the way. It's true. My friend claims that Ronald McDonald exposed himself to her as a child. Awful. McRats in the buns. Oh yikes, this one's real too.
Go back there in the bun area. You're gonna find at least 3 racks that got droppings on them.
Oh god, make it stop. Someone stop it now. But it was gaining traction. More and more people were publishing their negative stories on the hashtag. And once they had used all those up, it progressed to just making up stuff for shock value. I ate McDonald's as a kid, and I'm pretty sure that's why my father left. Closed eyes, sad face.
Oh.
I once saw... I can't say that. But that'll make anyone grimace. Thank you. Within 2 hours, they pulled down the advertising campaign and in its stead put up a far more innocuous Little Things hashtag. They had a few minor trolls there too, but it quickly faded into obscurity. The media jumped on the story, case studies were written, and lessons were learned about not giving the public an in.
Yes, not giving the public enough power is a lesson more people should learn.
2016.
And of course they didn't.
Custom burger on this McDonald's website.
Bun, meat patty, semen.
Name your creation. Have it published on the website. Then vote on the best one and it will become an official item on the menu. You knew where this was going to go. I knew where this was going to go. How did McDonald's not?
I'm not sure Crea knew where this is gonna go, but...
The sad European. A thin privilege to go. Bag of lettuce, no tissues. Mein Kampf, just so. The atheist delight, with a side of fries. The toddler body bag, with double ketchup surprise. Pepe the sandwich, a rectal prolapse half-baked. Pound my behind
Oh
daddy,
my
comes
god.
with a shake.
People are such trolls.
The vision of Christ.
Oh, this is just the beginning, don't
For 10
worry.
times the price. A tip for my lady. This one's gluten-free.
Holy
It's still not too late
pineapple.
to vote for Bernie.
The
Whopper, no
fedora.
onions.
Of course.
Anatomical sandwich. Just grow up, you guys. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to shower off Ron's creamy surprise.
Ah, the last one.
See, this is you fucking clown. I mean, yeah. Naturally, the press seized on it as much as the general public did, laughing at all the dumb sandwiches while also condemning them. Guys, come on, guys, this isn't funny, come on. The website was shut down and not much
Oh
remains.
no, it was definitely a little bit funny at the very least.
Oh.
And also this text document I found, which has a bunch of other sandwich names.
Oh
What
my
ingredients
god.
were involved and what they look like, though.
I have read the entire list of those sandwiches.
Next slide, please.
It's gloriously bad.
Let us shake hands in both
Oh god, not Durex.
Oh, I see this one is ribbed for my pleasure. Early 2013, Durex launches a revolutionary new app. SOS Condoms. Download.
Ah,
select
this
your
one.
Product, enter your location, and a condom will be delivered to you within an hour. Oh, perfect timing. Their emphasis was on discretion and anonymity when delivering the goods, and the delivery drivers were in disguise.
I'm just gonna say, in theory, the idea is not that bad.
A gimmick to be sure.
In practice, however,
An out of season
Yeah.
April Fool's joke.
But it really worked. So they rolled the service
surprisingly,
out
in practice, it's one of the things that kind of worked out.
of all places. But after
And,
its first week,
but they shut it off before it actually became a problem. Because it was so easy to become a problem.
Deciding where to launch next. Guys, let's let the audience decide with another online poll.
Oh yeah, the audience decision is fantastic. Hold on.
No.
Yeah, you are not prepared for this.
Tens of thousands of votes were counted, with some of the major contenders being Paris, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, I'm gonna pause just a second. Take a guess where they are gonna end up launching it again, quote unquote, because of the voting. What city do you think will have the
Oh my
honor
god.
of winning?
Uh,
I promise
please
you.
don't tell me it's Manila.
No. Trust me, it's more glorious of an answer. It's the most glorious of answers. I have not seen a single person get this right. I didn't even know this was a town until I saw this video. It's such a silly name, so glorious, so amazing. I'm just gonna let the video play and speak for itself.
Okay.
London.
From South Africa to move away from this.
But all of them were outshined, with the most votes counted for Batman, a small conservative Muslim city in Turkey.
Let that be an object lesson in the dangers of
The Dark Knight Rises.
The internet rejoiced. Another marketing campaign to add to the KD ratio. A Facebook post went out from the
There's a town called Batman.
congratulating Batman.
There is, yes.
More to come. But there was no more to come, so to speak.
Congratulating
The campaign
Batman.
was promptly stopped. SOS condoms never opened in Batman. SOS condoms never opened anywhere ever again. They went silent for months. Everyone moved on. SOS condoms deleted their account.
Yeah, they just vanished.
And slipped forever away into obscurity. Pizza is serious business. DiGiorno does frozen pizza and they have a substantial social media presence. Domestic violence is bad. Bold statements only on this channel. Well,
yes, bold statements only on this channel.
Domestic Violence Awareness Day. People were sharing their harrowing stories with the hashtag #WhyIStayed. These were all quite serious and dealt with some delicate and sensitive issues. Then here comes
very serious business, obviously.
Yeah.
Then comes the pizza guy.
They had pizza.
Oh no.
Ooh.
That was a great tweet. I bet everyone is loving it.
No.
It took them about too much per second to realize that's a bad idea. And that's the sound of notifications coming in.
Precisely 0.1 seconds after they posted it, they must have realized it wasn't the wisest move. And they apologized, but the media got involved. So they kept apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They couldn't stop apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They just...
I promise you never again. I'm so sorry. It was terrible. I couldn't be more
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Dude, relax. Naming your baby is serious business.
Oh
Put it
god.
to the internet, this
Oh,
Canadian
no.
couple said. Trust in the kindness and sensibility of strangers. It was Cthulhu Allspark.
Yes, there's someone in the world named
Strangers.
Cthulhu
It was
Allspark.
Cthulhu.
It's essentially the proportional spacing between fonts. Why does it matter? Well, sometimes two letters close to each other can look like a single letter, for God's sake. Alright, stop. Let me finish up with a little bit of a behind-the-memes style history lesson. In the early 2010s,
Click.
brands were only just finding their foothold in social media. They
2010.
didn't quite understand how to connect with their audience. The tendency was to be a bit overly formal, stuffy, not quite fun. That is until Denny's came along with a game-changing Tumblr account. They started actually having a good time, and it appealed to fellow Zoomers, such as myself. It took a little while, but soon other brands cottoned on to the strategy. Arby's started
The moment the brands figured out the internet. Or at least some of them.
WWE-style feud back and forth with Burger King and McDonald's. And Gen Zers, such as myself, lapped it up. Now that's not to say they all figured it out. Other brands attempted it too, but without committing fully,
Confused.
they failed to get the
I
same
remember
appeal.
this one.
So into the late 2010s,
Yep.
things were going pretty great. It was a little content renaissance.
Chick-fil-A is officially America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Imagine if we opened on Sundays. Had to give everyone else, like Wendy's, a chance to make money.
Your mom is a hoe.
Steakums even broke down
Got that, Wendy.
on Twitter and in articles. And I'd like to turn that into a full video soon. But with all these relatable memes floating around, people were starting to feel a little pandered to. very relatable. Nice. That's relatable. Yep, relatable.
Slay.
Okay, everything's getting so fucking relatable, it's actually kind of annoying.
Takube.
Guys, we get it. You're relatable. Just stop relating. Stop. Enough. That's it. I can't take it anymore.
Stop.
Silence,
Stop.
Brand. And so a new meme was born. The spider crab with laser eyes, Arial font 32 point, white on black bar background, no shadow with text. Silence, comma, brand. And it was a very powerful tool. Eminem's pushing
Silence, brand.
Take that, brand.
Oh.
Hey, fellow Gen Zers. Silence, brand.
I've actually seen this meme used a few times.
Became a long and enduring meme.
OMG, I feel that. That is such a mood. Relatable AF.
Silence. Sometimes a few brands could crack through it. Silence, Twitter. But for the most part, this crab has become the quality control of Twitter.
I haven't seen
Apex
Silence Brand.
predator shutting down lesser brands.
The
God
crab.
bless it. Alright, it's time to stop. That's enough business for today. Thank you for attending my seminar.
Okay, so that was the first video. What do you think? Take a deep breath. I know it was a lot.
I mean, I didn't know this was happening back in like 2020 what? 2013, 2012? Oh my god, where was
Something
I?
like that. Something like that.
But the funny thing is the McDonald's thingy actually happened here in Japan as well. I mean, not the Twitter thing, like the bad experience, like everyone
Yes.
like finding something in their burgers and everything.
Fun fact, I don't think that's actually happened in Romania, at least not as far as I know.
Oh, that is a relief to hear. But
However, rumors of it happening have been around, and it turns out it was stuff that happened in America. But everyone thought it happened here, although it didn't.
well, I'm not surprised if it happens in America, but like, yeah, in Japan, when that happened, like everyone was just not buying anything from McDonald's at that time. But
Understandable.
thank God they did not use the internet at that time too.
True.
Oh my god. People are such trolls.
Yes, people are trolls indeed. So, after we've seen this, I'm actually going to make this a bit of a choose your own adventure type of deal.
Okay.
Next up, you have a choice. Either between the fall of 76, which is related to... Do you know the Fallout games?
Oh.
Are you familiar with them?
I'm not really that familiar.
Okay, are you familiar with Skyrim?
Yeah. Not so familiar as well.
Okay. I'm just gonna point this out. It's among the biggest open world adventure series.
Yeah.
In gaming.
Yeah.
76 was at the time the newest game in the series, and still is currently.
Okay.
Let's say they made a little bit, well, I would say a little bit of a mistake, but they honestly made so many, there's an entire video of them.
Okay.
So that's one option. The other option, have you heard of the raid on zone, what was it, 51 or something like that? That was planned at some point on Twitter?
Zone 50.
Was it 51? Hold on. Yeah, 51.
Zone. Mm-hmm. What happened?
So, Zone 51, in a lot of movies and so on and so forth, is supposedly an area, a governmentally owned area in the US, where people suspect, like no one actually knows what's there, but people suspect that aliens are kept and experimented on there. I don't know where they got that idea. I don't know if it's true. But at some point, someone said, you know
There's
what?
a movie like that, right?
Yeah, there is a movie like that. There's multiple movies like that, not just one. But at some point, someone said, you know what? Let's just raid the place, all of us. Let's all the people come together, raid the place. They can't shoot all of us. That's the story of what happened.
Okay.
So either we go with the story of Fallout and the disasters a company has had with one of the biggest gaming franchises in history and how they completely ruined it. Or we can go with the events of Area 51. Your choice.
I think I'll go with Area 51.
Okay. Memes it is.
Oh no!
Aliens. They exist. And what's more, they're here and they've been walking among us for millions of years.
Among us.
Just look up at the night sky. Each one of those lights is probably an alien.
Among Us.
Shoot at them, and the police show up. Coincidence? Break into the CIA, just looking for clues. They put you on a no-fly list. Coincidence? There are no coincidences, only truth bombs, and the government is holding the fuse, locked up tight in Area 51. And so our story begins with one man, Joseph Experience. On June 21st of the solar year 2019.
Can I just point out that the guy's name was Experience?
Bob
and thanks to him, we have this fantastic thing to react to.
Worked at the Area 51. And so, Joe summoned him to his sensory deprivation satellite, where he could ask him probing questions about that government facility.
Machine that was able to read the size of your dicks.
Yeah. Huge.
View for yourself this incredible testimony.
What?
Before the UN takes it down.
You used to work at Area 51. When did things get weird?
Well, the way this went down was...
And then things get weird. Things have always been weird, let's be honest.
Fucking an alien. It produced a little discharge from the bottom. It was exciting. You know, we turned the lights on, and all these guys are there. So
what in the fuck is this?
We have, you know, actual hardware from another civilization. It's a big...
What is it doing?
Live in a house? That's bullshit.
I haven't the faintest idea.
Trees.
Absolutely.
We are the sex organs of the machine world. But for people who don't know, let's give them the bullet points. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
You don't seem to have any muscle.
You know,
almost like a frame. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, the disc, the flying saucer that I worked on. I saw it sitting there, and I thought, oh my God.
Hey, Bob, it's probably a good idea if you shut up. I worked underground with the aliens. They shot my hand off. They're underground. There's bases. They're shooting lasers through the Earth's crust, and they move them at light speed.
You big fucking...
What? I'm not even doing anything.
Drop dead.
Hey, why don't you come on out to the Nevada desert?
Deal.
The fuck out. All right. That's it, folks. Good night.
These revelations were sent out all over.
Revelations, quote unquote.
Beams.
Absolutely free.
And it started an incredible awakening, inseminating the people's brains with knowledge.
Who killed JFK?
Flooring them with the revelation of it all.
An orangutan with a spear.
And soon they were bursting with righteous curiosity.
Bigfoot is a human-animal hybrid.
Alright, here's the Google searches for Area 51. That big spike there. That's when Joe Rogan put out his podcast. You get the idea. And you see, it reached the right man at just the right time. A 21-year-old named Matthew Roberts.
Okay.
He had heard about aliens in Area 51 before.
Oh, where's
and
that?
he believed. He wanted to see them. Real guy. But what could he do? How could he possibly get into Area 51 to check him out?
Think.
Scenario 1. If I ran into Area 51, I would be shot.
Oh my
and
god, the
killed.
Naruto running.
Scenario 2. If me and all of my friends ran in, we'd both be killed. But scenario 3. If there were so many of us, thousands, so much fodder that they eventually ran out of bullets, then someone, surely, is gonna get through and touch the government in its special area. My god. Within minutes, he was drafting a Facebook post.
Surely.
They can't stop all of us.
Willing to die for the government. Let's do this.
On September 20th, 2019.
Area 51. No.
At the Area
Oh my
51
god, that
Alien
Naruto
Secret
hit
Tourist
that.
Attraction and coordinate our entry. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens.
If we Naruto
This
run.
event then goes into
Yes.
Okay.
And from here, it was up to the Facebook algorithm gods to decide.
Wait, it gets better. It gets so much better.
There's a lot here to be excited about. I think this could be very positive for our society and economy.
People from all across the flat world were receiving the invite, and they began pressing the attending button.
I actually saw when this was happening. I saw part of this happening live on the internet. So silly. Yeah.
Oh my god, thank god I'm not on Facebook at that time.
Oh, it was on Twitter as well. Don't worry.
Oh really?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Within just a couple of days, the event had picked up hundreds of thousands
Oh
of
my
attendees.
god.
People loved the idea so much, they began making memes about how they were going to raid the base. So many I can barely show you a fraction of them, rapid firing them out like the bullets that would soon be gunning them down. And so the event spread, and spread around the internet, eventually morphing into
Everyone who is something is gonna raid Area
Oh god,
51.
that feuds.
Young people from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future.
Nigel, a runner. Null pointer, runner. Stevens, agent. Silent, a runner. Freeman, 713. I am a sentinel.
Everyone's doing their part. Are you? We have the ships. We have the weapons.
This is as silly as it looks. Don't worry.
We need soldiers. We need you all.
And just like that, the game was on. Airtime. Here's the new campaign. You're gonna love it. To be or not to be.
Plans disappear. Dreams take over.
I live.
God, that, his ads are so good.
Not on every device like a blank canvas. I can be here and anywhere.
Oh, it's a VPN.
Yeah, it's NordVPN.
Will you break these chains?
But wherever I go, there you are.
NordVPN.com/internet historian.
No thanks. Look, I just
Yeah. There's just an idea. I know what you want. You want the female audience, and I know.
Nice.
Hello to you, my ladies. Have you heard about NordVPN? You should get access to the international Netflix catalog. Never miss another episode of The Handsome Man Show. Oh, don't you hate it when your dishwasher gets region locked? No more. Oh, I feel so safe in NordVPN's big, strong arms, especially with their new product, Threat Protection. It protects me from
Oh my
malicious
god, the
sites and
spinning
downloads and
cats.
trackers and intrusive ads. So think pink. Think NordVPN.com/internet historian. Because the V in VPN stands for vagina.
I think we've heard enough.
Fine.
Whoa.
All right, I'll do the ads you like.
No.
Get more.
Oh my god.
Pause,
Pause,
take your online
pause.
safety more seriously.
Okay, pause. I think we need a moment after that.
Oh no! I mean the V in the VPN.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay, continuing.
Continue.
Add over. Welcome to the mission brief. Let's do a bit of background on Area 51.
Okay.
Secret military base, first developed in 1950.
There is actually a military base, to be fair.
It looks like on Google Maps. It's approximately this big. Total area size?
It does
51.
exist.
Yeah, it's actually a military base.
Until 1997, the government refused to even acknowledge that it existed. That is, until they were forced to by lawsuit. That lawsuit was about the death of 2 men who were former employees. And how did they die? Well, not aliens, but rather toxic fumes from burning garbage. Yeah, so what they would do is burn a whole bunch of cool, high-tech refuse on the lot, let the deadly smoke blow down.
Imagine garbage being the reason you die.
A few years later, bing bing bong, cancer.
Also, give me a second
Other
here.
than that, the public hasn't really been told anything. So all people can do is speculate.
Hello there, Jay. Welcome.
I think that they are keeping remnants of a UFO there.
We don't know if it's aliens. We don't know if it's time travel. We don't know if there's minions in there.
Virtual reality that seems so incredibly
Are these actual interviews?
But what has been
Yes.
leaked is that
Yes, they are.
Test flights on new alien craft.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Oh my god, no.
Produce new alien tech. Breed the latest version of the newest, gayest frog. Do not get it confused with Roswell. That's over here. Area 51's over here. And the final thing that we know.
No, don't worry about it. For all I know, you probably did, and Twitch is just being weird.
So, you want to break in anyway. Okay, but it's going to require some research. And the first thing to find out, has anyone ever tried breaking in before?
Yes.
Yes. Several times. In fact, in January of 2019, an unnamed man broke through security barriers and drove 8 miles into the base. He got out of his car with a metal cylinder in his hands, and the military opened fire. He was shot dead at the scene. And there was this
Yes,
time,
the Naruto runners.
The BBC was arrested
Oh,
for
no.
trying to get in.
This is BBC News.
This time when a vacationing family of 4 went off track. You get the idea. They're not messing around.
Put your fucking hands up. I'm not going to tell you again.
Oops.
But there's one story to top them all. And we'll disguise his identity, but he is
Oh,
my personal hero. The month is November. The
Oh
location,
god, this
Las
guy.
Vegas. And the protagonist.
Remember
professional
this guy, he's
drama,
important.
He's more than a little unhinged. He decides to start harassing and sending death threats to
Okay.
a lawyer, whom we think was going to represent his defense for this incident. If you've ever seen this TikTok, that's our boy doing donuts and driving backwards down the Las Vegas Strip. Anyway, fast forward 3 weeks. It's like 6 in the morning and this guy is already doing donuts at a car park near the airport. Then he decides to drive from the car park into the airport itself. Offense? No problem. He drives right through it and onto the runway. He's just driving around, whizzing between planes, almost crashing several times, before eventually parking on a ramp. At this point, he jumps out, puts on a clown mask, and storms right up to a private jet. He announces, aggressively, to the flight staff that there is a bomb in his limo. Quote, "I have a fucking bomb. I'm going to blow this place up." His plan? To commandeer this private jet and take it to Area 51. However, as sound as this plan was, the quick
crazy.
response by
Oh
police
my
meant that it wasn't
God.
really working out.
Again, he is important for later,
He rails
remember
back to his
him.
limo, tries to make an escape, until eventually police catch up with him. At that point, he is quickly arrested. They take him in for questioning, and he starts telling them, "That's right, I did it to see the aliens." He also told them to refer to him as the Chosen One. And by the
This
way,
guy thinks
I
he's
have
bloody
high
Neo from the
security
Matrix.
clearance. Also, I'm involved with the mob. and someone owes me millions of dollars. Later on,
I was gonna
the
say
bomb
Harry
defusal crew
Potter.
checks out the limo and determines that it's just a fire extinguisher with a bunch of wires and duct tape and some fairy lights. Now, at some point, he gets out, presumably on bail, and CNN reporters walk up to him and start asking him questions. No statements from me, he says, but you should talk to my lawyer. And then he proceeds to hand them the business card of the lawyer that he's been sending death threats to for the last 3 weeks. Amazing. After all that, the judge ordered that he be sent to a mental hospital for assessment. Or so they say.
Ooh, how convenient.
Okay, so people have really died trying to do this. That means we're going to have to be a little more covert. So over at Area 51 HQ, the military can see that Facebook numbers have reached 1 million.
Okay.
And it doesn't take a genius.
I'm going to stop right here for a tiny second. What do you think?
That's serious? 1 million?
Again, it was a big thing. If it's not a big thing, the internet historian is not gonna make a video on it. What do you think was the military's response to seeing this? Because they did see it before it actually happened. What do you think their response was? I'm gonna give you some options. Number 1, they ignored it because it's dumb.
Okay.
Number 2, they shut down the people on the social media apps doing the thing and, effectively stopping it. Number 3, gather around every available officer and told some of them to research Naruto running. Which of the 3 options do you think is the logical one, and which do you think is the one they actually did?
Logical will be number 2, I guess.
Yeah. And the one they did?
Stopping the. Oh God! Please don't tell me they researched Naruto running.
Let's see the answers.
To calculate that even if just 1% of them show up, that's... Wait a minute. Run those numbers. This many people. In a crowd that big, there's bound to be at least a few who'll do something stupid. In fact, the military took it so serial that they even went over the nuances of Naruto running. This is a real slide, by the way, and it required a real demonstration. Now, some undercover operative then took a photo of that brief, and they uploaded it to Reddit.
God,
They intend to use our tactics against us.
All right. So if the military decides to do this, things could go pretty badly for Matthew. So Matthew goes back to his mind palace.
Think.
Let's not keep saying it's a raid. Instead, let's do a music festival. This would give Matthew an alibi and throw authorities off the scent.
I'm willing to music festival. For the government, let's do this.
All right, Reddit, here it is. Alien Stock 2019. The official EDM party, hosted by Matthew Roberts. Set to take place in Rachel, Nevada, a town that just so happens to neighbor Area 51. It has 50 total residents and practically no infrastructure.
This can only go well.
Yeah, nice try, fellas, said the military. And the captains and the generals all started planning their own EDM party. With the deep state. 3 groups in particular. Introducing Group E, the E local state police. Police have their work cut out for them because, owing to this party, they think there could be upwards of 50,000 people descending upon the little town of Rachel.
Lincoln County commissioners trying to tackle the tough task of preparing for a potential inundation of people, and Sheriff Kerry Lee has less than 30 deputies.
The county declares a state of emergency, and they allocate an extra $250,000 worth of enforcement for the weekend of the raid, as well as an extra 300 police officers and paramedics.
That many people are going to stress the community to the point that...
Oh my God, this is crazy.
It's just...
Yes, welcome to reality.
This is some of the most exciting stuff that I've ever gotten to work on. and I'm...
Hold on, Mark. Group D, the defense.
I'm gonna take out my gun and shoot somebody.
So the FBI agents that showed up, they showed up at 10 a.m. They contacted my mom.
What?
And like, so she texted me, she's like, FBI's here, answer your phone. So, because I was kind of scared at this point, but...
This report from the Nevada Department of Public Safety.
Yeah, so the FBI got involved, because of course they did.
Details. For example, they caught a group of YouTubers trying to plant a tracker on the bus that goes to and from the base.
We're gonna pull an epic prank.
Highly illegal. And you may not be that surprised to hear that the military isn't actually that worried about people breaking into the base. Turns out, they have automated weapons. Not automatic weapons. Automated, whatever that is. No, instead, they think there's potential that real terrorists will, do the thing, or a thing. So, counterterrorism was given a budget to sweep for chemical, biological, radiological, and explosive material. Although, nothing was found. And there's just one last group getting involved.
Of course, nothing was found.
The corporate press. Disinformation agents in the mainstream media were getting
this actually
involved.
happened.
They immediately started warning people not to raid.
Use of lethal force authorized.
Spouting contempt for the stormers.
What started as a joke Facebook event quickly turned into a phenomenon reaching
Well, it
millions.
began as a joke, but
appears
now it's
the
turned
US Air
into
Force is
something
taking
much
these threats
more
seriously.
serious.
Astroturfing campaigns by late night haha man number 137.
Humans. So silly.
What?
Laugh it all up. It's just a big joke.
Who say they're interested just keeps growing. Faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens.
And they weren't afraid to give some of the biggest, brainest takes you've ever heard.
It's not clear the 1.1 million Facebook followers who said they are going to storm Area 51 are real and not Russian bots.
You're a goddamn genius!
Fine. We'll make you take us seriously. Let the training begin.
Yeah, all because people wanted to see
And
aliens.
speaking of that, I think it's time for my workout.
And so the raiders began training.
Oh god.
We train.
The cosplayers.
So let's go. Sandwich.
They began pushing their bodies.
Go on, make it happen.
Pushing their will. Pushing
No!
their spirits.
Holy! No! Oh my god!
Pushing their friends and families' patience to the limit.
Who wants to come with me to kick some alien
He
butt?
actually
In
cosplayed?
September, join me. We out.
Oh, what?
And that's what fitness will be like in the metaverse.
As we zero in on the day of the raid,
People
the
actually
count is up to 2 million
cosplayed?
attendees.
Or
and
Yeah,
that puts us
yeah,
on
some
par
of them
with the
actually
world's
did.
largest standing army.
Yeah, some of them
So
actually
to coordinate all
appeared
of these
in
troops,
costumes there.
We'll need a battle strategy.
Lay it on.
From r/memes, intel was being filtered down to the troops. Groups such as the Minecraft YouTubers, the Normans, the Weebs, Facebook moms,
Oh my god.
Kyles, the Chads, the crackheads,
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Florida man, the Australians, the gay Reddit mods.
Okay, this thread is locked.
And the North Korean
Because they want to
defectors.
see
They all had
aliens.
their role
Oh
to
my
play.
god.
So, Godzilla comes in from the east while the Australians make a distraction that allows the minion cosplayers to breach from the south. Of course, these very serious strategies would have to be disguised as memes so that they could be spread across YouTube, Reddit, and TikTok without the threat of being. Although, not everyone was as tech savvy. Authorities managed to nab one of the main cartographers, and they pressured him into an interview on the television.
It took me a total of 5 minutes to put this image together. It was sort of like a battle strategy almost.
It was completely rooted in satire.
That was just completely rooted in satire.
And no one should raid, this is just completely a joke.
And completely just a joke.
Mission counting sheeple complete. You can take them out. Okay, so remember how we're not raiding anymore and it's just a music festival? Wink, 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 wink. Well, bad news.
Okay, so it sounds like you maybe are looking at changing venues.
Possibly.
Possibly.
It's all up in the air. We're putting Maddie on the spot here.
There's a lot of challenges. So.
But it's 2 weeks away, so. It's kind of got to like figure it out, I guess, somewhat soon, right?
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
kind of
figure it
falling
out.
apart.
What?
See,
This
Matthew had
happened?
organized alien stock with a few other people.
Yep.
But his main business partner was Connie West.
I didn't plan it. It planned me.
But Matthew is the
It
head
planned
man.
her.
His name is attached to everything. And he's starting to get worried about a fire
planned
festival
her.
type situation in the desert.
Be a Firefest 2.0.
He wanted to make sure there's plenty of water, food, security, insurance, etc., etc. And here, deals and communications start to break down. Eventually, there's a lawsuit, and it's kind of boring.
Things that they were supposed to pay for, I'm stuck paying for.
Who cares?
We're going to skip it. But the TLDR is
Oh, yeah,
that
fire.
they had a disagreement, and Connie said,
I'll keep Firefest for a different day.
didn't sign a fucking contract with me to begin with. So guess what? I don't need to prove to you a motherfucking thing.
and Matthew said, Matthew then took $70,000 worth of sponsorship money and declared Alien Stock and Rachel cancelled. But then, at the same time, Bud Light walks in.
It's the Bud Night. We're saved.
They say, hey, why not do it here? In the Vegas. It has plenty of lighting.
Well, you
indoor
see, that's why
plumbing,
we
it
don't
has
watch the
everything.
Netflix documentary. We watch the
And
Internet
when
Historian
using the
documentary.
website for Alien Stock, he told everyone to not go to Rachel and instead to go to Vegas.
At least that one
Welcome
makes us
to
smile.
Alien Stock Las Vegas.
There's a
Sponsored
documentary
by
on
Bud Light.
Netflix? Oh my
And
god.
also Pornhub, but it's a long story. Connie was left to pick up the pieces. However, she would not be discouraged so easily. She decided to press on.
It's going to be a great party. No matter what, it's going to be a great party.
She had to take
Poor
full control
Connie.
of the event in Rachel, dipping into her savings and
She got
even mortgaging
conned.
her home.
I'm working out of my own pocket.
I think this is a liability. I'm out.
So is it clear what's going on? It's worth doing.
Yes,
very
yes,
fast
it's very
recap
clear what's going
because
on.
There's an event in Rachel that's been declared cancelled, but also not cancelled. Also, I forgot to mention there's an event in Hiko that isn't cancelled, but it will be on the second day. There's also that third festival in Las Vegas, which has the former promoter of the first one, and they both share the same damn
Here's a
name.
Netflix
And
documentary
none
on
of this has
Firefest
anything
to
do
teach
with the
students
actual
how
raid
not
on
to
Area
organize a
51, which is
business.
here, which has
True,
several gated entrances,
true.
by the way, and none of them have been declared the official gathering point. Confused? Yeah, pretty much everyone was. It's a goddamn mess. People, rightfully, put the whole thing in the too hard basket, and instead of going to one in the middle of nowhere, just went to the one in Vegas. Let's fast forward to the weekend of the raid. For better or worse, Rachel is about to open its doors to the millennials.
Hell yeah! Encore now has come to an abrupt halt. Don't let the aliens get you, Ken.
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh
I don't. Run! Get out of here!
Oh, you know, I want to hear about the alien liberal agenda. They could have some good talking points. We don't know.
To protect my mind from interference.
We have a wanderer. Don't let me leave, no!
Ah, people.
But it's alien stuff.
How do you see you walking with that shirt up over your head like that?
I know. And the first ones are supposed to be always, the best ones. Paranormal lawyer, PhD level field investigator.
Stuff in downtown Las Vegas. Did they change the name, or is it still alien stock?
I think I'm on my highest high I've ever been in my life. Look at
Honestly, I think that's an issue people had. They just wanted to be the hero of their own story.
The food is here. The people are here.
I think that's honestly what happened.
True.
Toilets are here.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I just went through a breakup, guys.
Well, it wasn't quite the event that they had hoped for, but they did do a commendable job of acting retarded for the news.
This is the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Any feeding of yourself and being around?
Oh yeah, they definitely acted fantastic for the news.
Like the most millennial thing that's ever happened.
But don't let's forget, Hiko, or the Heiko. No one knows how to pronounce it. This event was being hosted by George Harris of the Alien Research
Hiko.
Center.
The owner of the center is
Heiko.
Las Vegas businessman
Whatever.
George Harris, creator of Alien Tequila.
If you want to have fun, if you want to have a great look, it's a great day.
Base camp was equipped with a vendor village of 10 food trucks, a gift shop, and 3-time Grammy Award winner Paul Oakenfold. for some reason.
I was told there's a lot of people coming.
Well, right now things are kind of slow at the hike.
A lot of people
here,
coming.
so that's kind of a
It's
disappointment.
completely empty.
Eco Base Camp was expecting somewhere between 1,000 and 20,000 attendees.
It's low.
It's quite a range.
Maybe 50 people here.
Clapping some alien cheeks.
Yeah, but no cheeks are clapped
where's
at
the
all.
cheeks?
None.
Where's
Zero
the cheeks?
This is like the first of a big thing.
But it wasn't. In fact, it seems as though the majority of the attendees were actually the press.
One lady believed that her parents is actually alien.
So, after the first night, they decided to cut their losses and cancel the whole event.
You know, the producers of the show, it's very, very, very expensive. And it just didn't make sense.
Because basically all of the attendees were stolen by...
Alien Stock 2019.
Yeah, the party in Vegas stole all of the attendees, basically.
And then we decided that we didn't
And they just had a party.
I like Mad Max, I don't want to live it.
The Las Vegas Alien Stock, sponsored by Bud Light, was a smash hit. They've got carnival rides, photo ops, video games, and even a pool. No running.
Who could have predicted this? You make a post at 2 a.m. on a page that has 62 likes, and now you have thousands of people that are ready to come out to your show. It's absolutely amazing.
Back at Military HQ in Anne Orlando, operations were ramping up. They're adding more guards,
Whatever to the
upping
raid.
the security, and enforcing a no-fly zone across the county. They were even infiltrating raider groups.
You could be standing next to an officer and not even know it. There's a big undercover presence here.
And they were giving stern warnings from the PR team. They posted this tweet. The last thing millennials will see if they attempt to raid Area 51 today.
Oh my god.
You triggered my trap card!
Millennials immediately seized upon the tweet, doing what they do best by pretending to be offended, successfully having the tweet taken down, and forcing a public apology.
I'm retarded.
Alright, this video is getting very long. Let's hurry up to the main event. The raid.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah.
Accurate recreation of the events is what you are about to see.
Creation of events.
Also, I love that they added whatchamacallit, Warframe music to this. Love the game. It's also a game about Space Ninja, so I can see why they did it.
See.
And the Japanese voice lines.
Naruto. I can't! Oh my god, what is this? Oh.
All according to Keikaku.
All according to Keikaku.
そやつの目に砂を浴びせ鼻を折りますはい
What actually happened?
Smoking these meats. Good for you.
Oh, that's right here.
Oh my god.
Remember the guy with the car?
The limo guy!
Yep.
Dude, what's he gonna do? Blow up the entire thing? Helium tank. Oh my god.
Moment of silence for the fallen soldiers in the raid. And sad piano. Wait, this is piano or it's not piano? Sad music, whatever.
Sad music. Rain.
And now,
What?
reinforcements.
Reinforcements?
Yes. Oh, for the base, the scene has gone on long enough.
It's so long. Oh my god, what actually happened? I'm curious. Ah. It's all true.
Thank you for saving us.
What is true?
We are so grateful and horny.
Oh my god, this
And
part.
yes, we wish to be your big titty goth alien GFs. And you won't be a virgin Reddit browser anymore.
It wasn't quite like that. It was pretty close to something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't
Although
quite
I
like
guess
that,
you
but
could
close
say
enough.
that only a small group showed up to the main gates themselves.
Well, the million people.
Of over 2 million people, in total only about 200 actually went. But it's not about the quantity, it's the quality that counts.
Nice outfit.
200. 1%. That's true. Oh my god.
People mostly behaved themselves.
No.
I mean, I think it's awesome. You guys are following the laws, following directions. So.
But they weren't about to leave without a consolation prize. Quick, get some of the Area 51 soil. Top secret rock. Top secret rock.
Ah.
You can have it. It's from Area 51. Okay.
Also present at the raid were a few YouTubers.
So I came here to get myself an alien as a pet.
We're here! Let's do the alien!
It's like Halloween,
Okay.
but we're just annoying people.
At least they're aware of it.
Playing games.
At least they're aware of it.
You know? You watch anime?
Yeah, they
So you got
actually
the rebellious
were just
youth, and then
annoying
you got
people.
trying to lure E.T. into a cage with Reese's Pieces and stuff. That's a pretty good summary of the crowd that you have.
Hello
out here
there,
this week.
Red.
But respect
Welcome.
to the true heroes. Security. For keeping everyone... Ah, just kidding. It's the guys who got underneath this fence. God bless them.
Oh no!
And this cameraman, whose foot raided the base.
Yeah, I get it.
That's a foot I see.
Oh, they got
And this
caught.
random woman who decides to just start walking.
Was foot
Police
raided
right
the
there.
base.
No one's stopping her. Oh my god. She's gonna make it. She's going home. She gets charged for trespassing and receives a $1,000 fine. But soon it was time to wrap
The
up.
storm is over.
Because everyone's mums were there to pick them up. And if they were late again, there would be big trouble.
Hey, good night, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to sleep now.
What's small?
The end.
Thanks for picking me up, Mom. The end.
Did
that
you
actually happened?
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes, it did. As I've said, the world is a silly, silly place. You need to take a look at where were you when the aliens were freed.
People need to stop watching Naruto. Oh my God.
No, I think more people need to watch it, specifically the military. Because someone, actually no, multiple people had to do a presentation on this and take it seriously. Like, what the heck? All they needed is actually watch what it was, and this all could have been avoided. Wait. But no, they set out multiple people to do actual research on Naruto running.
Yeah.
And even more so, instead of going, oh, this is just anime, this is an animated thing, this is impossible.
It's just a military base, right?
Yeah. To be fair, more recently it has been discovered.
Nothing less. Oh God.
Hello there, Eclipse, welcome. But yeah, more recently it has been discovered some of the technology that's not currently available to people is developed there. So it's basically we got the new stuff, the good stuff in here place.
Oh, that's but yeah.
Yeah,
Where did they get the idea that it's alien technology?
That's a very good question. I have no idea. Actually, no, they kind of explained it. They kind of explained it. So what happened is that the government at first didn't want to acknowledge they had a base there.
Okay.
Because obviously, secret technology, we can't tell people, oh yeah, this is where we develop all of the new guns and shit. No, we cannot do that. However, instead of going to that logical conclusion, people decide, oh, our cows went missing. Definitely aliens. Oh, Area 51 is close. Area 51 is close. Our cows are missing. Aliens. Yep, that's where the aliens are. Case closed.
I don't remember where was it, like they thought they saw UFOs, but in reality it's just like, military.
Yeah, it was military drones and whatnot.
Drones and wherever, yeah. But people say it's UFO.
Also, fun fact on this tangent. A lot of military initially for military use stuff, technology and so on, eventually does get released to the public, like cell phones, for example, were at first just military stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no one actually expected when they made cell phones, the public to have them in just a few years. But here we are. Everyone has them, sometimes multiple of them. Like, heck, even the microwave was a military discovery, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it's a base where highly confidential weapon technologies are tested. Oh, that's but yeah, like people, it's probably, somebody probably wrote it on the internet that it's alien.
They didn't have a internet back then. That's the funny thing. Like, it's such an old belief. It predates the internet, as far as I know. The internet just made it worse.
1 million. What? 1 million, 2 million attending. But yeah, it's a fact that only 1% of your, it's not even 1%, actually attends.
Yeah, this is why you don't make events and say, oh yeah, you pay when you arrive. You take that money first, because then you guarantee at least you have the money.
True.
So that was the zone between 50
Yeah, 51.
and 52.
The zone 52. There's a Netflix documentary on this. I'm gonna check that out.
It's on something different. The Internet Store also has a video on that one. It's called the Fire Festival. And it's basically how not to do a festival. Every single way it can fail. And it did.
Fire Festival.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's known in history as one of the worst festivals ever
the greatest
made.
party that never happened.
Yes.
What?
Jay apparently uses it to teach his students on how not to run a business.
Not to run a business. Well, yeah, it's a good example.
It's a perfect example. It's like they were gathering achievements for mistakes.
This is not how you organize an event.
But yeah, it's a very fascinating documentary. Highly recommend it at some point.
Okay.
Now, I do believe we can watch one more and then we'll go into the big one.
Okay.
So, once again, choose your own adventure. We have the Fall of 76, which again, Fallout Bethesda and all that.
The Fallout, yeah.
Or Tales from the Virus, which is basically a lot of the BS that has happened during the quarantine.
Oh, I'm interested in that. What actually happened in the world during the quarantine?
Okay then, buckle up because it's a wild, wild ride.
Okay. Oh my god, what did people come up with during the quarantine? Oh, wait.
It's easier to say what they did not come up with. That's the scary part.
Inhale. I can finally breathe again.
Also, this is basically the intro to one of the Fallout games
5G scanners activated.
that he's simulating here.
Oh!
Nothing detected. The species Homo sapien is extinct.
Maybe I should try
It's time
playing
to
that.
fulfill my
I highly recommend playing any Fallout game except for 76.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back. Let me brief you on how.
What's wrong with
the
70?
world-
Well, there's a whole video for that.
Actually,
Yeah, there are... No, there's one video he made. There's a difference.
Chinese restaurant when someone coughed on the croutons.
There are many videos on what's wrong with Fallout 76. He just has the popular one.
The virus is spreading across the globe,
All right, now everyone just plops over dead and we win. Sweet.
and everyone was amped to start panicking. Oh my god. The
Press that
virus
panic
TM is
button.
everywhere.
Oh wait,
In
I
your
know
country, in your
the
homes,
toilet
in your
paper.
cereal. Better not touch
Panic.
that door handle. Better not touch your face.
But did you
Don't
know
touch
how
me.
it starts?
Breathe somewhere else, Vector. People said, "Oh, I suppose it is kind of cute, though." No, I must resist. Guys,
It happened
does
in
anyone
Japan
else
as
feel
well.
like the
Wait,
air in here is kind of
How?
chunky?
Okay,
How do I
refresh
take
my
my
memory.
white cell count? These ones all look
You'll
red.
see,
You
you'll see.
get the idea.
It's part of the
Very
video if I
naturally,
remember
it started
correctly.
to spread. And the first one was about toilet.
There we go.
Hey, I heard that here in Australia, 90% of our toilet paper is produced in China. Maybe that means the
Remember, Australia.
So the public went out to grab an extra pack.
Maybe.
Then the news stories started coming in about the lockdown. Fears realized. So they grabbed 2 packs. No one knew how long the lockdown would last either. Better grab 3. 4 just in case. And everyone had that same concern. Within the week, stocks on shelves were getting noticeably low. And from there, it was self-perpetuating. Bathroom paper was suddenly the hottest commodity in town. Petrol stations, corner stores, major chain supermarkets, everybody was out. Then, of course, photos shared on social media and broadcast on television of empty shelves just amplified the hysteria again.
I just want 1 pack.
To which the media said, don't buy it. But also, it is running out, but don't stock up. But who knows when new stock is coming? But don't you
Yeah,
hoard,
they did.
but
They
it may
did.
be many
Like
weeks before you can get more.
limit
the messaging to the public
the
was
number
a little
of
mixed.
You're saying to the
packs
nation
that you can buy.
Oh, they actually limited over there?
Race out there and get it so that you're not.
Then, as stock completely depleted, people were becoming desperate.
Every store
Yeah, they did.
Every day, every
Huh.
city, and every hour.
It actually didn't get that bad over here.
Like completely empty shelves.
Fights broke out between those who had none and those who had too much. It was chaos in the aisles.
It's crazy.
Yep.
They're fighting. Oh my god.
Yes, they are.
The Australian toilet roll crisis had reached critical mass. People were threatening to shit in the store, and someone even pulled a knife.
Is enough.
Titanic.
Enough.
The CEO of Australia came out and said,
It's been one of the most disappointing things I've seen in Australian behaviour in response to this crisis.
But that scolding did little to quell the frenzy. So, the media published articles informing people that actually this is all fake news, and 60% of Australia's toilet paper is produced domestically.
I'm gonna pause just for a second here. Notice how he's still talking about Australia? You know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why he's still talking about Australia and not the rest of the world?
Is he Australian? What?
Here's the kicker. This was actually something that was only a problem in Australia, and everyone else panicked because Australians posted about it on the internet in English. So they thought it was happening around where they lived.
So it's Australia's fault.
No, I mean, a part of it, yes, indirectly, but it's the people's fault for not understanding that Australians speak English, damn it. It's their problem, not ours. It's the only reason Romania was spared. Like, we were like, oh, they're speaking English. Poor Americans, look at them not having toilet paper.
Yeah.
I wanted to slap everyone in my country. I was like, it's the Australians. It's just the Australians. It's not even that big of an issue if people don't panic. Why are all of you panicking so hard? Let's continue.
I mean, I think.
But that
I think,
also
yeah,
didn't
the
quell
same
the frenzy.
rumor.
So, supermarkets
Yeah,
enacted a
in
one-pack
Japan
per person
happened.
rule.
Like the
But frenzies cannot be
toilet
quelled.
papers are made in
And
China.
so that's when the price online soared. Amazon, eBay, Gumtree, toilet paper was everywhere. First for double the price, then triple. Then things just went wild. 10-pack, single rolls, a few pieces of 3-ply, all for crazy
selling-
prices. People
Wait,
went
it
from
gets
selling
worse.
it by the pack to selling it by the gram.
A number too large.
And the rest of us who couldn't afford it had to get
The
creative.
gram. It's like drugs.
Yep.
Oh shit! No.
Run, doggy, run.
But fear not, citizen. Here come the heroes.
Oh my god. Batman again.
One of Australia's state newspapers swooped in with a special edition to save the day. It featured 8 blank pages at the back, just in case. By the way, this was after an Australian family had accidentally made a massive online order. They thought they were getting 48 rolls. Wrong. They were getting 48 boxes. And soon they had become the de facto royalty of Australia. They built a throne with the boxes and sat aloft it.
I found the crown of
Australia
in the gutter, he said, and I picked it up.
But for the rest of us common folk, thievery was the only answer. We began stealing from public toilets. We began stealing
The
from
game was
roads.
Skyrim, by the way.
Found 1 in 3 Aussies
The one with
has stolen
the
toilet
bag
paper
on
from
the
room to
NPC.
use at home.
Some started stealing from hotels, stealing from cars, stealing from the blind.
What's the game?
Even animals.
Skyrim. It's from the same guys that made Fallout.
Oh.
And just as some relief was coming,
Fallout.
Thank God, a new shipment. But that truck burned down.
Fire crews rescued what rolls.
Oh,
they
no.
pulled. The rest left charred and soggy.
Fascinatingly, a problem which began in and was specific to
Oh, no.
Australia.
Again, specific to Australia.
Of the world, despite the circumstances being completely different. In fact, stats time. In most countries,
Yay.
the majority of toilet paper is actually produced locally.
See,
Toilet paper is cheap but bulky, meaning it's
It's
expensive
spread,
to ship relative to its
despite the
retail
fact that
value.
it really shouldn't
So domestic
have.
producers
yeah,
are often
yeah,
able to manufacture at a cost lower than their
Oh my
international
God.
competitors. TLDR, unless the factories in your country shut down, there isn't going
Which
to be
they
a shortage.
didn't.
But shut up and panic. No. And so toilet paper became a highly profitable business. And that's when organized criminal gangs moved in. Armed robbers in Hong Kong held a delivery driver at knife point and got away with around 600 rolls. 18,000 pounds of toilet paper was stolen
Yeah, the
from
mafia got
quarry.
in on the
And
toilet
this,
paper
and this,
business.
and
Oh my
this,
God.
and many more. But it's time to move on. After about 4 weeks with consumption steady and
Business.
everyone only having one ass to wipe, and supply increasing to compensate, toilet paper returned to shelves. The balance was restoring. The shops were healing.
Yes, the
Which meant
shops
it
were
was time to
healing.
panic about something else.
Balance restored.
$5G time.
The
Okay,
masks.
the next one actually made me so
the
mad.
masks next.
That's
No,
cute.
no.
Let me fill you in on the scoop, rookie. See that tower over there? Now look at this. Coincidence? 5Gs.
5G.
5 fingers, 5 sides to a pentagram. PlayStation 5. Awful lot of coincidences lining up, wouldn't you say? And social media agreed.
5.
With these indisputable facts such as, I have headache, it was only inevitable that the word would spread like a wildfire. It was time for the 5G squad to leap into action. 5G squad!
Oh god, this.
Gwyneth Paltrow, that lady from that movie, Alien.
No,
People began
this one I
protesting the
haven't
5G
heard.
towers.
Save lives!
Okay. So,
And the destruction was extensive. I had no idea really until I started
Seriously,
digging.
what?
But in the UK, over 50 towers were vandalized or set ablaze in a single month. Reported by April, 39 servicing engineers had been attacked on the job.
You know when they turn this on, it's going to
Oh
kill
my
everyone,
God.
and that's why they're building the hospitals?
In North
What?
Carolina, one woman just started opening fire on a couple of technicians.
Kill everyone. No.
There were 2 workers up on the tower when the shots rang out. A third worker on the ground ran up into this area, and that's where he called for help.
The 2 men were okay, but when police came, she armed herself with 2 axes and barricaded herself in her home.
Did you shoot at a cell tower worker, ma'am?
She's out on bond and she's had the weapons confiscated.
New 5G. Stimulate your senses.
In Auckland, New Zealand, at least a dozen
gonna pause here for a second. Imagine you're the one who shoots at a poor worker trying to do their
Okay.
job. And when the police comes, instead of admitting that, oh, maybe you've made a
No.
mistake.
Yeah.
No, the answer is arm yourself with dual axes and try to go Kirito on them. This was an old lady, by the way. What is wrong with some people?
Oh my god.
Okay, let's continue.
5Gs have been vandalized or set ablaze.
Mysterious fires have hit 15 cell towers in the last 6 weeks.
In the Netherlands, 16. Reports of more in Ireland, Cyprus, and Belgium. Counter-terrorist police are getting involved in Australia, and 7 cell tower fires in Montreal, Canada. Although, one big problem. How do you tell 5G from the regular Gs?
You don't.
Strap yourself in and feel the G's.
Well, It's not actually that easy for the untrained eye. Most of the destroyed towers were actually
Feel
just
the
regular
Gs.
ones, carrying essential 2 to 4G network infrastructure, causing outages for emergency services and the public. Naturally, YouTube and Facebook started cracking down on the 5G conspiracy groups and banning everyone,
Oh
and the
no.
movement has gone somewhat underground. Oh my god, they're in on it. Alongside false causes came false cures. No vaccine yet? No problem. Here's a list of placebos that'll get you patched up. High-dose infusions of vitamin C, silver solution, touching your TV, kissing a shrine, spiritual vaccines, plant sat in the eye, special mattress, cow urine, cow dung, camel urine, a cotton ball soaked in violet oil in the anus, miracle mineral solution, drinking fish tank cleaner, eating fruit that looks like the virus, treatment pads, toothpaste, the biocharger NG subtle
Every
energy
single
platform,
possible
TM,
thing.
vegetarianism, virus shutout protection pendants, healthy living, radionics machine, schwang swing ganglion, injecting house cleaner, hand cream, garlic, banunus, alcohol, water, ginger, lemon, mangoes, durian, onions. It's everything. Everything and anything is apparently a cure. But who needs cures? I've got something better.
Anything and everything, apparently.
Soon. Soon we will be together.
Oh, this ad.
They are ready for you, Mr. VPN.
Welcome back. Today we're looking at
ad.
NordVPN.
Yep.
Gather round, everyone.
Ad
Here's my
time.
girlfriend. Well, a friend. She's my girlfriend, but I'm not her boyfriend. It's complicated. Point is, she doesn't use NordVPN. If she did, she could access international catalogs from her favorite streaming services. Oh shit, get down. Now let's pretend that this window is her computer security. Look how easily I can just snatch up all their data. Oh, jackpot. If she had used NordVPN, we wouldn't be looking at all her personal photos. Hey, look at this one. Oh shit, we're busted. Everyone, cheese it. Oh, nice. Now imagine this was you.
Ew.
And imagine this was a 3-year plan with 70% off plus a 3 extra month.
3-year plan.
He won't stop. I need to buy tickets and leave the country.
No.
Oh, no. No, not again.
Public Wi-Fi isn't safe. Encrypt your browsing with your VPN.
Taxi.
No sweat. I can see from her browsing history that she is going to Japan.
Oh, she's going to Japan now. She'll definitely be safe there, right?
Some peace. There's no way he can find me here
To
in Japan.
Really? An Airbnb's Wi-Fi? Don't you know how dangerous that is? Also, there's access
Apparently
to
not.
international content.
How did he find me? No. They're biting me. Help.
Ah, snake pit.
I love how the audience changed to the Japanese one.
Snake pit.
This wouldn't
Snake
have happened if
pit.
you had used NordVPN.
これは起こりませんでした。
The lockdown had some interesting carryovers on the agricultural sector. Let's talk about the sexy topic of food supply. You can roughly break goods into 2 categories: commercial and retail. With all the restaurants and a ton of manufacturing shut down, the commercial side came to a grinding halt. Half of the stock had nowhere to go. Maybe we could just send it to the supermarkets. No can do.
No, that
you
cannot
have to
work.
repackage, process, and deliver all of that stuff before the new expiration date and with a limited workforce. Then you'd have to get the supermarkets to agree to take all that extra stock. And meanwhile, people aren't going to simply buy twice as many groceries. So either it rots on the shelves or the price drops below cost. What's the point?
Cheap meat!
So there's a big surplus. The supply chain had broken. By week 1 of the lockdown, farmers all around the country are looking at their billions of dollars of quickly expiring crop with no one to take it from them. And they know that by next week, they'll have double that amount. Sandra, how many eggs do we eat a week? I don't know, probably 10? Why? That means our leftovers are going to be about 750,000 eggs. Well, I don't want 750,000 chickens. I guess there's only one thing to do. So the farmers...
This is honestly so sad to think about.
Told
It was a slaughter. Millions of pounds of onions were buried alive in Idaho. Farmers stopped making grain and started making donuts. Donuts on their tractors all over the field, turning everything to compost. Cabbages were being ravaged. The potatoes weren't being atoed. Boo.
I have potato blood in my veins.
Squash were being compressed. The dairy farmers of America estimated that 3.7 million gallons of milk were being dumped every day. Oh, he needs some milk. But once the farmers had
So much
destroyed
food
their crops,
wasted.
of course,
Oh my
they had to immediately
gosh.
plant new ones because demand could come back and you wouldn't want to get caught a whole crop cycle behind the market. So the cycle would repeat and repeat and repeat until everything returned to normal.
Oh, this.
Zoom. So everyone was locked in their houses. But work, school, and life had to carry on.
Zoom.
What's 9 plus 10?
And that's where Zoom came in. Simple to use, able to host up to 100 people per meeting. Millions moved over to Zoom and it skyrocketed to #1 in the App Store. Companies and educational institutions all jumped on the Zoom train too. Why not? It was so easy. All you needed was the room key.
I legit told
Even the boomers could use it.
the schools
You see my
that
dog? Tee-hee.
my company,
I can change the
like, well, my company, the company I work for is contracted to,
These are some of my friends
also
from
works
high
with
school.
schools.
Okay. Okay.
And I
well,
legit
I'll
told
see you
them,
on
just
Wednesday.
use Discord.
But anyone used to have
Don't use Zoom.
for long
It's,
periods.
it's so bad.
Some even forgot they were being
And this is
watched.
why.
Or didn't know that the camera had turned
Really?
on at all.
Wait.
And then someone had a brilliant idea. What if I just
Oh,
published this room key online?
Let them know.
Dude, I've been in this
Holy-
thing for a while. No one said anything.
Hi, Mr. Knob. Are you joining us? Do you have a breastfeeding question?
Am I bugging? We're fucking Mary dead right now, bro.
It's good to see you again.
And what if I gave it to one of my favorite online creators?
Holy.
Perhaps some of the greatest live stream content to ever grace this humble platform.
Just when you thought it cannot get worse. Humanity provides entertainment.
Take out your #2 pencils. It's time to learn.
Who is this?
I am
Dab.
from Wuhan University.
Too mad. Who let you in?
Hey guys, this is Chris.
Hey guys, this is Joe Nuts.
Are you in my class?
Yes, I am transfer student from Onyengun village.
A transfer student from where do you say?
From Onyengun village.
So what are we learning today? Does anyone want to tell
Oh,
me I come to class late? And no one wants to tell me why? Why? Tell me reason.
You're in the wrong section there, bro.
I think I broke Crea.
Get to kick out people
I'm
from.
part of Zoom. I'm an employee of Zoom. You're gonna have to
You
press
you
alt
assume
F4
people know how to do that.
to fix your room, 'cause it's currently-
You are wrong.
I don't do that, don't do that.
You guys are going to start the next revolution in America. We hope. I mean, we can definitely use one.
Rebadusha. I like the sound of that.
How do you get them out? It was Hunter. Hunter let me in.
Revolution.
Hunter, why did you do this? Yes, it was. Don't nod your. Don't do that with your head. No, you did.
Oh no, Hunter.
What do you mean? Who am I? I'm on your dead.
You're muted, Hunter.
And you let me through the gate.
Who the heck is it? Oh my god, what the?
No.
I don't think there is a realistic way where they could do anything about it.
What's 2 plus 4?
2 plus.
21.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up this thoughts about Natalie's story.
History class. Oh hell yeah!
And he's lost an election twice. He
He's like so confused. He saw the cock and he was like, "What?"
Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about it now. Okay.
And he changed his name.
So, you guys can open up. I'll give you a minute or two to open up. Robert, take that off your screen.
Robert's gonna get some trouble. Robert's probably in his room right now, just fucking freaking out. It's like, it's not me. I'm Robert, baby. Robert, how could you?
But then they had a whole bunch of controversies, and a number of schools and companies stopped using the platform. RIP. Even though the stock price keeps going
Oh
up.
my god.
With people locked in their
Now some
homes,
of the actually good stuff
nature
that
was
happened.
allowed to return to the unoccupied streets. The healing had begun.
We're still using Zoom though.
Satellite imagery showed pollution levels.
I don't think
dropping
anyone
everywhere.
still is.
The canals of Venice were
I
changing
hope
from
no
their
one
usual
still is.
feculent brown to a vibrant blue, as boats were docked and silt could resettle. From their windows, residents could see fish, algae, and other sea life
Your
return
school
to the
banned
waters.
Discord.
But that wasn't all. Animals saw the free real estate and began migrating.
Oh god,
to
no.
the cities and
That's such a
towns.
bad move.
Sheep
Why
and
would you
whales took
ban
back
it?
the town and ruled over it with an iron hoof. Hungry monkeys in Thailand took to the city square as the tourists who usually fed them disappeared. Giant ducks were seen
They
in
can't
London.
understand
Alligators in
Discord.
Florida were once again using the roads. Rats
And
in
they said
New
even less
Orleans
about
were-
Zoom. What's the
No,
point?
it's normal. Otters in Singapore.
They
Oh
don't
my
even know
God.
how to kick people
Are we
off
the
it.
virus?
Human beings are a disease.
That is profound. Dude. Maybe we were the real corona all along. Nature returned to New York for the first time since it was established in 65 million BC. We even had a good fake out on an extinct species, the Malabar civet, which hasn't been seen for 30 years. Oh my god. Although it turns out it was just a regular, sick Indian civet.
Oh,
Scooters were
I
returning
see
to the
how.
roadways.
I see.
Nilgai? Haven't heard of that.
Oh.
Cows had begun returning to the ocean. Cats.
Although to be fair, you
was
can say
seen
that
by
about
some in
literally
London
anything that
to a
has
limited audience.
a slight amount of
Oh.
social element.
Using zebra crossing.
Anything.
And giraffes had returned to the cities. Nature.
Yeah,
is
that's
healing.
true.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Anyway, I'm busy. That's the lesson. Here's a multi-tool. Good luck out there. Please close the door behind you. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh my god. Is this Mars? This is one hell of a twist. I know, right? Oh my god, it's Elon Musk. Yes. A double twist. Welcome home. X
Oh no.
A 13.
Oh my god. It's a triple twist.
Video over.
So,
Yeah.
you thought the mask was something.
Yeah, the toilet one. Yeah, the mask did happen.
Honestly, with the masks, I'm kind of proud of my country because they were like, "Yeah, just have a mask. That's it," and
Mm-hmm.
they did, and everything was fine for a while. And then American stupidity started spreading around here after the lockdown closed, and everyone was like, it wasn't so bad. If it happens again, we just want to wear masks." Absolute morons.
But yeah, the toilet paper thing happened in Japan as well because they said that it's being made in China and then
It's not
apparently
though.
it's not.
Yeah, it's
And
not
then
though.
you would see, yeah, and then you would see like supermarkets with you can only buy one pack per family or something like that. But technically they can't really,
Enforce it.
track if you buy
Yeah.
one or two, like you can buy one and then buy another pack later.
Yeah,
I
like
think-
you know,
yeah.
you're supposed to in the first place. It's People be dumb. People be very, very dumb.
Yeah, it can be very, very dumb.
So, I think we should be getting into the last video for today, since it is the longest one.
Okay, okay.
How much do you know of No Man's Sky?
Is that the it's a popular game on Steam?
Yes, it is a very popular game.
Yeah, I always see it on but I haven't actually like played it or something.
Okay, so fun fact.
Is this about the game? Or
Yes,
what?
it is about the game. It's a big enough event that an entire video, one of the largest ones so far, was made on the game.
53 minutes.
I'll let you think on what
Uh-huh.
sort of madness had to happen with this game that the internet historian made a video on this.
Your subs is in Chinese again, by the way.
Oh, for the love of... Why?
Your IP is... Are you using NordVPN?
I'm not.
You're connecting from China. Okay.
The thing is, I'm also not. So I actually have no idea why YouTube does that, because it's a different country every single time. Sometimes it's Chinese, sometimes it's Taiwanese, sometimes it's Korean. I've seen it do English like 5 times. And I have no idea what changes, because the IP, they're all from Europe. It makes no bloody sense.
Your ISP. Ask your ISP.
Oh, you think they have an
Are
idea?
you connecting from China? I don't know. Most of the time they don't.
They really don't.
Okay.
They
Let's
really
go.
don't, and the funny part is the ISP we have here is actually kind of competent, but they still don't.
Oh.
I will, however, have to explain a few words before we begin, because they are key to this. So, procedurally generated, do you know what that is?
Procedurally generated?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So basically it means that a computer will generate a ton of variants on something.
Okay.
And it will be basically random. It's almost impossible to find 2 of the same thing, because it's
okay.
generated by the computer and it just randomizes everything.
Okay.
That's a very important term you need to know. All the rest will probably be explained here, so let's go. If you have any questions, ask.
Okay.
Sponsored by that game everyone loves.
Let's go.
Scientists are racing to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Questions we once thought impossible to answer are within our grasp.
Wait, why didn't
Where
I
does
like
the
this?
sun go at night?
I always forget to like stuff.
Is math related to science? If the universe is so big, then why won't it fight me? As we look further
yes, fight
into
the universe.
we see light from distant stars, eons old, perhaps hundreds, even thousands of miles away. Hold on, can I get a zoom in on that?
You bet I can. This is one of the world's most powerful telescopes. Initiating 6 times zoom.
6 times zoom.
Can this baby do 7?
I can do you one better. Maneuvering to 8 times zoom.
Pressurizing, holding steady. I can see it.
8 times zoom.
It won't hold.
Get me 8.5 times.
You're a madman.
Upscale it to 4K.
The helium tanks will go critical.
Opening the blind. Hold it steady. Uncropping and increasing aspect ratio. Now, punch it. There it is. Life on another world. And to think, we owe it all to one indie developer. development studio.
Oh, this is the game?
Hello.
Yes. Or at least it was the game at some point.
Let's start at the beginning.
Huh? Wait, why am I hearing myself? That shouldn't be a thing.
It's rewind time. Okay, the year is 2009. Guildford, England. There's a man named Sean Murray, and he's just founded a company called Hello Games. Sean and the boys are working hard on a brand new IP called Joe Danger.
Hello Games.
2010 AD. The game just came out. It's a success. They're a small team, but they are ambitious. Let's do something bigger, said Sean. Let's reach for the stars. How about Joe Danger 2? Brilliant. It's 2012. Joe Danger 2 has just come out.
Of course they went for Joe Danger too.
That one doesn't perform as well. We need to do something even bigger than Joe Danger 2. Joe Danger 3? No. Even more out of this world. Something no man has done before.
World?
Joe Danger the mobile game? Yes! And that
of course
came
they
out
went
in
for mobile.
2014. Seriously, guys, biggest thing you can think of. No, I'm just a stock image, dude. Why don't you think of something? Sean pondered for a moment, then turned and looked wistfully into the mirror. Reflected back was the visage of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
If you're going to make a space game first person, it's never been done before. How about that? I'm going up in orbit to repair the Hubble telescope. So that's not a knife. Who are you going to have sex with? How much microwaves are coursing through your body now?
Planet, said Murray. Space game. Procedural generation. Planet. Okay, that sounds good. Yes, we all agree. So they set to work, cobbled together a prototype, and by VGX 2013, they are ready to announce another new IP. No Man's Sky. Check it out.
This is one of the most overhyped games in history, by the way.
Sky.
Oh, this is special.
Kidding? Oh, wait.
This is special.
And as you can see, it's not bad looking.
Yeah, it looks nice.
You might actually like it. It's basically a survival exploration game.
And it's E3 hype time. No Man's Sky has promised to be
And it doesn't
a
have that
game
much
like
fighting.
no other. A practically boundless experience, vibrant with life and color and things to explore. What's over there? You'll have to be the one to discover it. And then, wow, look at that big f***ing dinosaur, holy shit. And a moment later, we're in space, having a battle amongst a giant fleet. Claim a planet as your own. Explore the galaxy with your friends. Okay, that's it. This is gonna be the best game ever, you guys. It even won awards for its hype. And it will release in June 2016. The hype train was officially loading up and ready to chug out of the station. At every stop of the journey, there would be press junkets talking about the amazing scale of the game. Spread across 18 quintillion planets. It's so vast that by the time you finish exploring it all, I would have 2 new videos published. Sean himself was doing the interviews, because who is better to talk about the game than the lead guy himself? He went from interview to interview, and with each question, the answers
Somehow,
he gave raised
I still
people's
make fewer videos
of the
than
game's scope.
the internet historian.
Yeah, at the moment.
I'm worse than him when it comes to releasing videos.
Other players? Can you grief other players? A little bit. They're literally building your own massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated.
Yeah, I really need to step up.
June, rivers, walking sentinels, hacking. So sophisticated that light diffracts through the atoms, they had to redevelop the whole periodic table to make it work.
What?
Even Elon Musk was hyped for it. 2 years go by. It's early 2016, and that hype train is really moving now. Perhaps one of the biggest.
I love that
history.
gif of Thanos dancing.
Shoveling most of the gamer fuel.
Okay.
Skeptics and
So
naysayers
good.
are treated as ballast and thrown from the carriage doors. Pre-orders open, and they are doing very well. The date is booked in. Some are even taking the day off work. So much hype there is that... Uh-oh. Jason Schreier of the soon-to-be-defunct Kotaku is about to spoil the party. He announces a delay. From June 2016 to August.
I'm gonna stop just for a second. Yeah. So at the time, Kotaku was not in their best state as a.
Kotaku is still there.
Yeah, it's still there, but many people were speculating that it will go down at that point, since Jason Schreier was like their only good reporter, their only actual reporter, and he left soon after. So the rumors were half true. He did leave.
That's why.
Yeah, so basically the rumor said that he would leave, and everyone was like, yeah, if he leaves, Kotaku's bloody dead. Apparently it wasn't, but it's... I don't know, personally I consider it more of an undead than a living being at this point. They do write some good stuff every now and then, but...
I mean, yeah, it's still there, but...
It's kind of just there. But yeah, moving on.
Oh my god.
Liar,
Yeah,
the incensed
just one
audience
of
cries.
just
Please
one of
be
those.
quiet,
Yeah.
they said. And death threats too. But he was 100% right. A week later, the delay is officially announced. Ooh, sorry lads, we need more polish, said Sean in his usual accent. To that, Sean received some death threats too, by the way, although he didn't take them as seriously or go to the police. Yet.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
But the impatient crowd relaxed a bit and said,
Oh my
Fine,
god.
we will wait. But we expect a level of polish no man has ever seen. Speaking of waiting, Shadow Man here. Have you heard of Raidy Shady? My wife died in a plane crash. Hey, let's get serious for a moment. Raid isn't just a game with 50 million downloads in the last 6 months. It's a lifestyle. Think differently. Play Raid differently. Achieve your dreams. I'm sorry, sir. You've contracted Raids. That's good. Congratulations, it's Gorgorub of the Undead Horde. My life, Vanessa. You just collected one of over 400 champions. Why, hello there. Have you heard about the online RPG PvP?
It's so good.
It's extremely
I know, right? The ads are so good.
Oh, you remind me of my wife. Raid
Yeah,
is
you're
more
not
than
gonna
just a
skip
game. It's a
skip this
reassuring
part.
pat on the back from your dad. It's a warm bowl.
I mean,
of soup
Shroud
on a
did.
cold night. It's one
He's
last
the
dance.
streamer known for
It's a
skipping
wife's funeral.
his ads.
You
And
haven't played
fun
in
fact,
arena
the
yet,
only
I'm
ad he did
to
not
your
skip was
house.
the one
You're
where
all getting
Internet
raised
Historian
for
complained
Christmas,
about
kids.
him skipping his ads. That's the only one he did not
Download
skip.
now, kids, using the link in the description below. You can get an extra 50k silver and an epic champion. Wow, you're the best dad ever. Wait, Mum's dead?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Ad over.
Also, they
So
have
let's
a bit
talk
of
about the
continuity
charge
as well
for
between the
Holiday.
ads.
It's
That's
small,
also fantastic.
tiny.
Ad
In
over.
fact, I haven't been able to find a smaller team behind a AAA release.
Yeah.
All of these expectations are on the shoulders of just 6 people, expanding to a team of 15 by the end of production.
Oh god.
July. It's just a couple of weeks until the release date.
6 people.
Whatever the state of the game by now,
Those poor
however much it's
people.
finished, that's what's going out. The Hello Games team celebrates with this iconic image.
The quintessential soy face.
They're exhausted. Look at what video game production does to a man.
God, what's wrong with your face?
Nonetheless, they continue, working on the day one patch.
Yeah, why did you shove that man in the time machine?
Uh-oh. Sean,
It looks like
if your
Obama.
game isn't coming out for another 2 weeks, then why is there a box copy on eBay?
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Like after
It's
his
elite.
term, you know.
Someone
there you
broke
go.
the embargo and is selling early access to the highest bidder. And the
Oh.
bids start rolling in. It reaches $1,300
No.
US, sold to
Oh no.
some guy with a Reddit handle, Damien.
Leaks.
He gets his
The
hands on it
nightmare
and
of all
starts
game
uploading
publishers.
footage to YouTube and Dailymotion. What the frick? Said Sean and Sony. Damien finished it a lot quicker than expected, but he gave it a decent review.
There are things I don't like, there are things I like, but at the end of the day, when I say to myself, what is this game supposed to be? This, what I'm looking at right here, this is what the game is supposed to be.
He noted a few problems, but said he was optimistic that they would be ironed out with the day one patch. Sean? It's another leak. Some resellers broke the official release date. Journalists too. And they started streaming playthroughs of the game. What the fuck? Sony tried to DMCA all these videos, but their aim was terrible.
Round of applause, everyone. We've officially become No Man's censored by Sony.
Our news story from earlier this week about No Man's Sky leaks has been hit with a copyright strike on YouTube.
They went
because of course
around
it
from
has
platform to platform, just taking down any video that even talked about the leak or showed the trailer footage. But it was too late. The footage had people talking more skeptically about the game, especially because there were no early review copies.
That's bad.
And it was looking like the weight of all these expectations had become too much, and the whole thing was about to give. Oh no. It's August. Everyone's here. We've all bought the game and we're fucking hyped. Here we go, lads.
August.
You are not prepared for what you are about to see.
Isn't finished.
Oh, it went outside.
Hello, Sean. It is me, the auditor of games. I used to work at an astronomy lab. Don't worry about that. It seems like you've made a lot of promises. Promises that you have not kept. Let's go through the checklist. Have you got any
oh boy, is
large-scale
it a
joinable
checklist.
space battles?
Nobody would want that.
Ridden planets?
No. No.
Fine. Well, at least let me play as a trader.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them...
No.
Those sand planets from June look nice. Think I might... Please, Sean, there must be rivers.
No, it's not.
Animals interact with each other in the environment?
No.
Packs of walking sentinels, Sean.
No.
I'm literally crying right now.
No.
Should I even ask whether I can play as a space pirate?
Wait. No.
No.
Yep.
Factions with different attributes.
You picked the wrong house, fool! Oh!
Fly between star systems manually.
But nobody's actually done it yet.
If I can maneuver like in the trailer, I'll still be happy.
No.
Well, day-night cycles determined by the orbit of the sun.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna pause right here for a second. The part about the day-night cycles determined by the orbit of the sun. Do remember that initially he said yes and then it changed to no. Remember that bit. Because it becomes a little bit important later.
He said what?
He said that the day-night cycles on a planet will be influenced by the orbit of the sun.
Okay.
Like you know, like how it should be in real life, basically.
Yeah. That made me think. Okay. Isn't that supposed to be? Yeah. Okay.
Remember, he initially said yes, and after that he said no.
No. Yeah.
We will come back to that.
Okay.
Radio chat, name your shit, hacking, portals, all that stuff about the elements, Sean.
No.
This is not good, Sean. This is very not good. And ironically, the only bugs this game doesn't have
The only
are
bugs that are
butterflies
not
in the demo.
the game are the ones in the trailer.
Aggressive emojis, tractor beam malfunctions, animal husbandry, oil slick world, raining grass, retarded animals doing retarded things. Ship's interiors disappear, first person mode as a gun. That's not how flying works. That's my only means of transportation, leaving the planet. Take off. Really take off. Holes in the map. Holes in my graphics card. Whole lot of nothing from down here. Textures bugging out, animals bugging out. Animals breakdancing.
Oh
Look
my
at these
God.
busy hands. Hello there. And a couple of unrequested ejector seats.
It looks like everyone is breakdancing.
Yep.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff. I get the picture. No wait, poor graphics rendering, some can't even start the game, frame rate issues, constant crashes, major publications are having trouble playing the game on their machines, even the best 1080 Ti's are stuttering. Alt-tabbing? That's a guaranteed crash. Desktop notifications? That's a crash. Playing the game? That's a crash. Changing options in the game without restarting? You'll get this. And if you got the pre-order version with the bonus spaceship, you might have a problem. Your special ship already comes with a hyperdrive inside it. Great, right? No, because you have to craft it in order to finish the tutorial missions. And if you haven't finished the tutorial missions, you can't leave the star system. So whoops, until they patch it, you're stranded.
That's why I give my kids
No Man's Sky.
That's trendy.
So many issues with that game. So many issues.
My ship's in bits!
Oh my god. Why is it on top of Stevie? What the hell?
Just a quick note about how high expectations were for this game, and just how many people bought it on release, myself included. Over 750,000 purchases on Steam at launch. It's the single best-selling game on the PlayStation Store that month. And the large proportion of people who bought it in the hopes of playing with their friends
and use
you're in
everyone.
for a surprise. This one is a literal game changer.
Is it even possible to meet up with your friends in No Man's Sky? The answer is absolutely yes, it's possible.
On multiple occasions, Sean said it was definitely in the game.
Will you be able to play with your friends? Yeah.
Can you run into other people, other players on the game?
Yes.
But then just
Imagine
before
saying you
release,
have a
Sean
multiplayer
posted
game
this cryptic
without a
tweet.
multiplayer
To be
in
so
it.
clear,
No Man's Sky is not a multiplayer game. Please don't go in looking
Game.
for that experience.
Oh, what? So there's no multiplayer
Oh
function.
no.
But then the next line contradicts that.
Because the chances of two players ever crossing paths in a universe this big is pretty much zero.
Oh, so it is multiplayer. You just have to overcome this finding each other hurdle.
No, that's
you're
just
telling me there's a
that is so pathetic.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
No, it's more confusing than that. Because the box doesn't mention online play, just network features. And the collector's edition had its online play icon stickered over. So customers are going, which one is it, Sean? Just tell us if it has multiplayer or it doesn't have multiplayer. Sean wouldn't give any answers. But after hundreds of thousands of purchases, people soon took it upon themselves to find out. Despite the claims that it would be so improbable.
Chances of that are incredibly rare, just because of the size and probability.
On the very first day, two people noticed they were only 4 star systems from one another, and they met up on the same planet in a live stream. Oh dear.
A black pillow.
Our streams are exactly lined up. If you go look at my stream, we're looking at the exact same area right now. If you don't.
Streamers uncovering the truth.
And they
We're
can't see each other.
alone. Alone.
That settles it. It's not multiplayer because it's
They
so
can't
big.
see each other.
It's not multiplayer.
Oh my
because
god,
it's
is
just
this
not
your
fucking
name?
multiplayer. And this led to quite a revolt. What did Sean have to say about all this? So amazing, 2 people found each other on the first day. That has blown my mind.
So why can't we see other players in game?
Wow, so many of you playing.
Yeah, Sean, but why?
I thought Elon Musk was bad.
Oh no, this was worse.
So what's the game actually like then?
Is it any good? That is a difficult thing to say.
Well, it certainly is stylish and pretty, and there are a lot of places to explore. But that doesn't mean there's much to find. In fact, the game boils down to a very simple loop. Hold down the trigger to pick up resources, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. Hold down the trigger, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. Hold down the trigger, deal with a full inventory, leave the planet, go to another planet, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. That's
Yep.
$60, ladies and gentlemen.
Refuel your
Oh yeah, this was
multi-tool,
$60
refuel
by
your
the way,
support,
the game.
Refuel a separate part of your
For 60
multi-tool
euros.
that shoots bullets instead of the mining beam. Refuel your launch thrusters. It's busy work that makes it look like you have something to do.
no.
It's not real.
Hush.
How dare you?
Shoo.
What's
followed was one of the most dramatic
Spoilers.
crashes in player numbers in gaming history. Sales in the UK fell by 81% in the second
We're
week.
getting to that.
Current players on Steam dropped from
The title is
212,000
spoiler
in
enough.
August to just over 2,000 by September and fewer than 1,000 by October.
And what followed that
2,000.
was perhaps the biggest pylon in gaming history.
Oh.
Reviewers on YouTube panned the game.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You done fucked it up!
I had no hype, and I can tell you that, even without that disappointment, this game is hot garbage.
Has anyone coined Sean Mourinho yet?
Numerous times within the first 2 hours of the game, I kept saying, this is it, fuck this shit.
Reviewers in the media were almost as harsh.
Devastating realization that most of the crafting, combat, and other activities you do on and between those planets ranges between bemusing and outright bad.
The criticism was deafening. And a lot of it really funny and creative. Cat made a video that captured the sentiment of that day, and if you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out.
So people are furious. The game is boring, and soon people discover that complaining about the game is actually more fun than playing it.
Wait, I'm now 3.5 hours into the tutorial pretty much.
So they started complaining about it like they were grinding for an achievement.
This sucks.
Fucking Minecraft in space!
Many people made compilations of all the unfulfilled promises. One guy on
3
the subreddit
hours
compiled a big list of all the missing features.
tutorial.
Front page. Got a defense for No Man's Sky? Enjoy your downvote. In fact, the entire No Man's Sky subreddit was in such disarray it had to be locked.
And yeah, it is basically Minecraft in space.
So by the end of the month, Metacritic was like scrolling through a bowl of Cheerios. By October, it was one of the worst rated games on Steam, with an aggregate of mostly negative from more than 70,000 reviews.
Oh.
The outrage at the game was headline news for weeks on dozens of games news publications, and the price on eBay and Amazon and secondhand at GameStop was crashing through the floor. Please, no more. But the beatings had only just begun. The demo planet was data mined.
Yes, this was just the start.
Of course, totally scripted and not randomly generated at all.
I've just got to pick one of these at random. If anything horrible goes wrong, just keep in mind that I've not been here before.
It wasn't some level that we built or something like that, even though I think
it was
quite nice in places.
People watching this would wonder why you're showing this area again. Like, what's so special about demoing the game on this planet?
Oh, no, it's just a place that looks nice.
No, bad Murray.
I could have ended the demo with some, pre-scripted crazy thing that would happen. You know what I mean? The normal thing of like, and then a monster emerges from behind the mountains,
Like it actually did.
People see what's going on with the game and feel lied to. This is false advertising, they say, and angry customers start scoping out a lawsuit. On September 28th, the ASA busts through the door and goes, "Yep, too many complaints. We're going to investigate." But then soon after, the ASA cleared them of any legal wrongdoing. Technically, the only thing they're interested in is what's on the back of the box, what's on the store page, and what's on the Steam page. So it's technically not false advertising. But of course, technically not illegal doesn't mean much to an angry audience. October 28th, Hello Games Twitter is hacked. The hacker posts, "No Man's Sky was a mistake," and is shitting on the game in the replies. Turns out Sean didn't use two-factor authentication on his LinkedIn, and that's how they got in. They also sent discrediting emails to journalists, which they knew would rile people up if published. Some people even show up to their offices to take photos and knock on the door, even at night and on the weekend. They posted empty pictures of the office, so, naturally out of context, this started rumors that Hello Games simply took the money and ran. This in addition to numerous bomb and death threats during that
And there was a
period.
lot of money they
Those
had.
ones Sean did have to take seriously.
Oh, wow.
Regular intervention from police and Scotland Yard and things like that.
Yeah.
And while Sony didn't quite throw them under the bus, it was more like a gentle push under a minivan when Sony president Shohei Yoshida admitted that Hello Games did not have a great PR strategy for No Man's Sky. The press took the ball with that one.
Yeah, gently shove them
But despite all of this,
into the live
all
bit.
of the negative press,
No, even better,
They were
the
actually
snake bit
nominated
from the previous ad.
It's a
But by
minivan.
this point, Murray and the other members of Hello Games were so downtrodden and so sure they weren't going to win that they opted to go elsewhere for dinner.
And the Innovation Award goes to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, so they actually did win an award, and they were so sure they will not win, they didn't even attend the event.
This lovely trophy going once.
They weren't there?
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm going to accept this on the behalf of Hello Games, and congratulations to them. And I'm going to walk off stage like I planned that whole thing.
Oops.
By this point, you've
Whoops.
got to feel just a little bit sorry for them.
A
And
little
then what
bit.
followed that was the final straw for many. No
Aww.
particular incident, but a lack of incidents. Silence. Over 3 months of not a damn word from No Man's Sky.
Silence.
Where are they? Where is my refund? Where is Murray? Shouted into the void. The game was over. And it was dead.
Was it?
Okay, stopping here for a second. What do you think so far, considering this is half the video?
Okay.
Did you expect something like this from just one video game? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm here. Wait, what? I mean, I haven't actually like checked the Steam page for No Man's Sky, but I always see it like on the top page.
Don't check it
and I
right
thought-
now. There's a
No,
reason.
I'm not checking. I'm not checking it. I'm not checking it. But wow, this is like wow, just half of the video.
Yes. Now, I will borrow your time traveling abilities and we shall go back to the past. And no, we are not Samurai Jack, but we are going back to the past.
We are, yeah.
And we
It's
shall see
2016.
and we shall see a different side of the same story.
Okay. Which side though?
The year is 2000 AD. Sean has just graduated from university and is headed into the big wide world. He rises up the ranks at a number of studios, eventually working as a technical lead for Black and technical director for Burnout 3. When Burnout's developer is bought by EA, he is in his late 20s.
Oh no, not EA.
And he and 3 of his buddies decide to leave and start their own studio, Hello Games. This was a risky venture.
Hello.
So we'd done this incredibly foolish thing of like quitting our jobs, and then we had to sit down and try and decide what the game was going to be.
Together they create their first title, Joe Danger. They work on this game day and night. In fact, even once they were arrested in their own office because the police thought they were there to rob the place, because who would be working at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night? But they had to work that hard. Like any startup,
Imagine
it was
being
a huge financial and professional risk.
Yeah, the
They had
Japanese, yeah,
no
but
income.
actually, hold on.
They were
Full stop for a second. Yeah, the Japanese do work hard. The Americans work stupidly hard for no good reason, if you ask me. Their system is really not working out for them. I'm just gonna explain the European side of things. We actually have a lot of vacation days and whatnot. Like, the companies are obligated by law to give us vacation days and so on and so forth. And
that's what I heard.
we basically don't even work like 2 days out of the 7 that are in a week. Usually. So yeah, Sunday is like... Let me put it like this.
But you're productive, right?
Well, duh. But again, we are not going to work if it's a weekend. Like, productivity has its limits.
A weekend, yeah.
Here's the thing, we are paid to get the job done. We are technically paid by the hour. but not if we work an extra hour, we're not necessarily getting something extra. Because the company is like, yeah, work an extra hour. No, that's basically up to each employee if they want to do it or not. And most of them don't, because why would you?
Oh, okay.
There are some exceptions, of course.
Yeah, you're not getting paid.
But yeah, if you're not getting paid, why would you work extra hours? I'm not saying that that extra hours aren't always paid, aren't always not paid. But for the most part, it's up to each employee if they want to work that extra hard for the company, so to say. Okay, moving on.
In a tiny room above an old tile shop, living off savings.
Okay.
And to keep the project running, Sean even sold his house.
So we made a really tough and probably at the time seemed really foolish decision. It's kind of almost embarrassing for me to talk about. I sold my house and just basically went all in and funded what we were doing, which is not something I would recommend anyone else do.
Yes,
By June
people
8th,
don't do that.
2010, they had done
Don't
it.
sell your
The
houses.
game was good.
Especially not
And
for
they could
crypto,
breathe
it's
a sigh
not
of
worth
relief,
it.
Because on the very first day it hit the PlayStation Store, they made their money back. 2 years later, Joe Danger 2 was released. It was not the commercial success they had hoped for, and they didn't want to just keep pumping out sequels. That was a trap big players in the industry had fallen into. In his spare time, Sean started working on a prototype for a procedurally generated game. They took another gamble and scrambled to get a trailer out.
What
in time
Happens
for
Here is
the
by
VGX 2000.
Matt. I think I know the guy. But thanks for the recommendation, Jay.
So the project is official now, and the pressure.
I don't
is
think
on.
I've watched anything of
Around
his
this
in a
time,
while.
Sean was also looking to start
I'd
a
have to
family.
look it up.
What happened?
Concurrent to all this
Oh.
development, he would go on to have 3 kids. So the weight of responsibility is really piling on. But their hard work will pay off, as they're finally going to have a chance for some R&R around Christmas.
And the disaster. Number
They
1.
woke up to find their homes flooded, their cars submerged, and their plans for Christmas Day very much ruined.
Bad news.
Oh.
Rain. Rain and flooding in the south of England, right around the Hello Games office.
Oh.
They are completely inundated, and they return from their holidays to find laptops floating around at waist height. But some good news. They hadn't lost any data. So they pull together. Soldier on. Development continues. So there they are, working in a damp office, and then ding dong. Ooh, who's at the door?
Number 2.
It's Danish mathematician Dr. Johan Gerlis. He's seen the game, and he says, "They are using my super formula," in perfect English, and there is a potential for a lawsuit. Sean says they didn't, and he can prove it. So they have a meeting, and the claim is eventually dropped. Lawsuit evaded. So back to work, guys. Ding dong. It's Sky Television. They've seen the game.
You are infringing on our Sky.
Okay. I'm pausing right here. This thing that happened right here is some of the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Why are they infringing so many things?
With the super formula, basically his wife was like, "Oh, go and get the money from them. You can probably pull them up." Blah, yeah. This, however, so the thing with Sky TV, Sky Television, whatever, they basically own the word Sky.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm going to let you process that. The word Sky.
What? I mean, they've trademarked.
Yes, they trademarked
the
Sky.
word Sky.
Yes. And if you think that doesn't work, keep watching.
Okay.
I trademark.
They said in perfect text-to-speech. They had succeeded in getting Microsoft to change SkyDrive to OneDrive.
These guys got Microsoft to change the name of something. Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Oh my
How
God.
much stupidity is in the world for that to actually happen? I swear, if I ever have enough money to just do whatever I want, you know what's the first thing I'm gonna do?
That
I'm gonna copyright the word copyright. So no one can ever
Okay,
abuse
got
it.
And you get lots of money from it.
Yeah,
Or
you
DMCA.
wanna abuse copyright
Oh god.
or DMCA? Nah, you're gonna have to pay me. Okay, let's move on from the silliness.
And they were about to give gamers No Man's 1 under threat of lawsuit.
Okay.
But this lawsuit didn't just go away. The threat loomed over them for the next 3
No Man's
years,
1.
right up until the month before release. So they get back to work and ding dong. It's Sony with some good news for once. We like your game, kid. We want to feature it front and center and make you a big star.
Yeah, that is Sony.
This could mean millions of dollars in additional revenue. They said, yeah. But along with it, a lot of press for this game would need to be done. Being a small team, they didn't have anyone for PR. They had their designers, they had their developers, and that was about it. So it's up to Murray. Sean's in his early 30s now. Not super young.
I really do
but
feel bad for
relatively
Murray.
young and
Because he was
inexperienced
put
for
in
this
a
type of medium
very bad
service.
situation, had to make
This
the best
deal
of
with
it.
Sony put extra pressure on them. It set deadlines. It's not that it's Sony's fault, but they're locked in now with much less flexibility. So when May rolls around and they have no option but to delay, even if they wanted to ask for an extra 6 to 12 months of development, which they really need, it's probably too much to ask for. So they extend from late June to August. Only 6 weeks. From here, you can predict what's going to happen to multiplayer and a bunch of other promised features. So
Into
here's
the
how
trash.
hype happened. Scope of game. Time. And here's the line which shows the reality of development. Progress is steady and ends in August 2016. Now,
That's
here
the
is
ideal
line of
case.
player expectations.
Now what
It
actually
should start out
happened...
here and follow along the purple. But the overhyping
Yeah,
trailer comes out and puts us way up here. In this trailer, it features a bunch of things that Hello Games thinks they're capable of having in the game by 2016. That's the first big mistake. Then it's announced for PlayStation and it costs $60 and there's a collector's edition. Second, even bigger mistake. That puts us all the way up here. And I think this is the main problem. Because price tags set expectations. For a $60 game, this was seriously barren and disappointing. Now, if they had put it out for $20 as an indie game or an alpha, no problem. But when they gave it the AAA treatment, people rightfully aligned their expectations with other games in that category. That is the main reason customers' expectations were so skewed. Then Murray went to interviews, exacerbating the problem. Every time he mentioned a feature in the game,
Prices
even
are
in passing,
important.
fans set their expectations to AAA heights for that feature. Now, some people think the interviews are the main problem. In my humble opinion, not so much. Most people never saw these interviews. It's not that rickety 12-foot ladder Sean's standing on that's the main problem. It's the 900-foot building he's perched it on in the first place. So the obvious solution here would be an official statement. Hey guys, look, don't expect a 10 out of 10. Expect more of a 5 out of 10. No, the publisher just sank an enormous investment of marketing and opportunity into
that's
the
not
game.
gonna work.
And that would be a huge middle finger to them. The publisher isn't going to make you hype the shit out of your game, but you can't talk it down either. So, he's kind of stuck up there. In some ways, during the interview, he tries to temper expectations, but it's limited.
Can you build a space station?
No.
But let's not gloss over the interviews. Sean is a technical guy. He's a developer. He's also the introverted type. And the big lights and the stuff on camera does not come naturally to him.
Is it super nerve-wracking to talk on stage at E3?
Yes. Yes, definitely. I personally find going on stage at E3 like the hardest thing I've ever done. That's something that I would have had in a nightmare before. You know what I mean? It's
literally the hardest thing you've ever done?
Yeah.
Again, I really do feel bad for
He
him.
stepped up and took interviews for his game from 2013 to 2016. And the main thing people wanted to hear about were the features.
Can you have more than...
So every
It's
planet,
basically
there'll
the
be
face.
wormholes.
At what point...
Yeah.
You get points or anything?
From these
You have to
interviews,
do all of the
people took Sean
interviews,
to be a liar,
all
a
of
Peter
the
Molyneux, or a chess club member
communication,
out to sell his game
and so on and so
whatever
forth.
reputational cost. But I think the truth is more complicated than that. Sean and the team are indie developers working on a new IP. Their project and plans are constantly in flux. They have no idea how large chunks of the game are going to look, especially not a couple of years out from release. And crucially, Sean doesn't understand that something mentioned in 2013, even said in passing, is going to be seen as a promise in the year 2016, even if by then you've decided to cut it from the game. For example, orbiting around the sun.
Remember the orbit?
The planet is actually
That's why you
rotated on
should
its
be
axis.
careful.
This originally
Gonna
was
say.
in the game, but it caused the player too much confusion. It kept being reported as a bug in the beta, as people left the planet and then returned to find everything different. But nonetheless, into the line compilation it goes. So while they're still essentially formulating the game, the media all want a piece of Sean and to report on
So yeah, they
features
actually did
first.
add it to the game, but
Conversely,
it didn't work
Sean
out, so
thinks
they
the
got it
reporters
out.
might help him to temper down things by emphasizing that Hello Games is an indie studio. But that is not how
Oh.
journalism is done. This is how journalism is done.
Oh yeah, this is
customize the
journalism
look
at
of
its
your
finest.
Sort of.
Full customization confirmed in No Man's Sky. Periodic table to create atmospheric particles that would diffract light at just the right wavelength.
Yeah, sort of.
The press kind of operates
They
downstream
blow
from
it
the
up.
community because things are click-driven as to what stories you get served and things like that. But a rumor would surface from Reddit straight to the front page.
There's all this hype, and the project has increased in scope dramatically and keeps increasing as the months go by until a point. They are close to the deadline and have to delay, and the reality of what they can achieve in the little time remaining is staring them in the face. They know they're not going to be putting out a finished game. They're worried. There's nothing more they can do. And the fear that they will disappoint the audience is growing on Sean and the team.
I worry about disappointing people.
Upon release, all of these clips are seen as proof that Sean is a liar. And what doesn't help is his body language. I mean, it's kind of the body language of someone who is lying. And this is why I mentioned he's an introvert. Remember, he's a technical lead. Actually, a really good one. But not a salesman. Cut him just a little bit of slack, because this is simply how he talks. Here are some innocuous questions, and he answers them honestly.
Lead producers on No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I guess I'm a developer on it. I suppose
Yeah, he's just an introverted being.
yeah, creator or something like that.
No, I really like making games. I don't necessarily love talking about making games.
I think you did a good job,
even
Sean, don't
though,
worry.
even though, you guys are very nice.
Mate, seriously.
Same body language. And Jesus Christ, they have him up on stage and in front of
needed
cameras
a
and bright
PR
lights and on the
person.
goddamn Colbert Report.
Yeah, they really needed a
Cooking
PR
on
person.
that. Nonetheless, free of that context, the clips have him cemented in the community as a liar. So the graph plays out right to release. And that graph, it's actually a track. And that track is what the hype train runs on. So it comes barreling up the hill. Instead of neatly pulling into the station, it comes crashing right through the roof. The disaster unfolds. They are
Zoom
absolutely
forward.
shit on. So there were Sean and Hello Games, surrounded by the rubble of their former reputation. Punished Sean was at his lowest point, hated by the majority of the gaming community. But they were still alive, and they had made tens of millions of dollars.
I'm going to stop right here for a second. What do you think happens next?
Yeah, they did make money. Okay.
What do you think
Okay.
happens next? Based on the video so far.
They worked on the game? Like,
Let's see.
the,
They were left with two choices. Take the money,
They
start a
should
new
have
project, and be a
improved
pariah. A
stuff.
cautionary tale of the industry and hated by the gaming community forever. Or, pick themselves up, get back to work, and with potentially no profit motive, finish the game.
It allowed me to do something that I've always done in difficult times, whether it was crappy bosses that I've dealt with before or crappy situations at school growing up. I got my head down, I sat in front of a computer, and I made games, which is what I enjoy.
They picked number 2. So, here's the plan. The team is assigned to fixing bugs
The
and cause
Keikaku.
problems. Go. Sean tells the team to stop reading all the overwhelmingly negative feedback on the game, and he reroutes all of it to his personal devices. Emails, forum posts, Google News alerts, player feedback, it's all going directly to him now. Then he starts breaking that down into data sets. People who haven't bought the game, people who have bought it and played it for 100 hours, people who have returned it, etc. Then he starts compiling those complaints into usable data, focusing on the people with the most sincere experience of the game. Then we start making a big laundry list of all the things that need adding and prioritizing. First thing to fix is that full inventory. Then community mod support. Then a third thing, etc., etc. This is going to take an enormous amount of work to pull off, and they're not going to make the same mistake twice. So they would need to sharply adjust their PR strategy. Anything they said right now, an admission of guilt,
I've made a severe...
would be met with criticism. Denial, it's not that bad, would be met with criticism. Corporate speak, well, we endeavored to make the best game we could and we are proud of what we have, would be met with criticism. Half of the
Whatever
problems
they
have been
say.
caused by
Yeah, whatever
speaking
they
too
say,
much.
you sometimes
So they
you
were
cannot
going to
win.
do a complete 180. Instead of adding more fuel to the fire, instead of accidentally promising fixes that might also not be delivered, they wouldn't speak to the press again.
Female traits you're talking about, I'd say that's a generalization, but you...
They were going to speak to the community directly from now on. So they told the audience they were
Nice.
working on it and went completely silent. 1 day passed. No
Complete
word.
silence.
2 days. A week. Have you heard from Hello Games? They just had this disastrous release. Nope, haven't seen them. I hope they're working on the game. 2 weeks. Dude, are you working on this thing? Just ignore them, just work. 3 weeks. Okay, what the fuck is going on?
WTF, it's locked.
A month. They took the fucking money and ran, didn't they? Didn't say anything, it's not going to help. 2 months. 3 months.
3 months and absolutely nothing.
By now, most people were convinced that the game was abandoned. They had made their
Wow,
money.
silence?
It's all over.
Complete silence, not even Twitter
Then,
posts.
after over 100 days of absolute silence, a tweet.
Oh.
Foundation. The first big patch. It is me, Sean. No, go away, Sean. I am mad at you. It has been too long. But I bring you gifts. This accent sucks. It brought base building, new game modes, farming, camps, and freighters, as well as a lot of bug fixes. You will have to try harder than that, Sean, to win my love back. It still felt
Too
well
little,
shy of
too
the
late.
game. Too little, too late. So Sean left, returned to his team, and got back to work. A few more months went by, and then another tweet. Pathfinder.
What do we have here?
What the fuck? Oh, it's you, Sean. I bring you online base sharing, own multiple starships, starship specialization, multi-tool
Rifu window.
specialization and classes, permadeath modes, vehicles you can drive around in, and create racetracks for them too with time trials. Look at this. Okay, that's pretty good, but I'm still mad, and there's still a ton promised that isn't in the game yet. So Sean went away once more. A few more months went by. Knock, knock. Oh, it's you, Sean. What is it now? I bring you an overhaul to the storyline. New worlds, crashed freighters, space combat, terrain editing, portals, procedural mission system, interstellar trading, and joint exploration. By now, people were really starting to warm to No Man's Sky again, and to Hello Games.
The game has in many ways exceeded what was promised.
It's a substantially better game now.
No Man's Sky is back, baby!
People saw this was an honest effort to fix the game, and the number of employees working on it was growing, from a studio of 15 to 25. Sean Murray and Hello Games social media also started becoming more active and engaging with the audience. The subreddit was flourishing once more. The price of the game secondhand
was ceiling.
on Amazon, eBay, and GameStop was going up. Then a few more months went by. Next, a really big patch.
Oh my god. Holy shit!
8.3.
To be super clear, No Man's Sky
Next
is
trailer
not
reaction.
that. Here's the full and proper multiplayer experience. Ringed planets, third-person mode, character customization, a galactic atlas on an external
There you
website for the
go.
community, vast overhauls to base building and crafting and resources, and it also brought the game to Xbox. In fact, with the release of Next in July 2018, No Man's Sky was the 6th top-selling console game for the month. It climbed its way back into Steam's top 10. It reached nearly 100,000 concurrent players. It brought another $24 million across all platforms. Their Steam rating went from mixed to very positive. People were getting back on board in a big way. But they weren't done yet. Better creatures, weird underwater shit, discoveries in bases and environments and equipment, and it keeps going. New biomes, more diversity, archaeology, more things to discover. By now, Sean and the gaming inspector, personification of the gaming community, had literally patched things up and were making out on the couch. Which was when he released his biggest patch to date of this video.
Oh my god,
Free VR support.
Making out
Not
on
a
the
whole lot of
couch.
game you have to pay for, like some titles. Overhauls
Beyond.
to NPCs, tech trees, base building, streamlined multiplayer, ride animals around. All sorts of stuff that was never promised in the first place. And they're still adding more stuff.
Someone at Valve, who was a fan of the game, said to me, what you do now is more important than what you say. There
Valve
only
is
one
the
thing
company
that's
that has
credible, and
Steam,
that's your
by the way.
actions.
In fact, I was so slow to get this video out that they put out another patch the other day. With ship
Yeah, yeah,
salvaging, ship upgrading, more advanced terrain editing, first-person exocross, improved VR, improved base building and inventory management, and quality of life stuff. It goes on. Is it perfect? Technically, there are still things on this spreadsheet missing. But come on now,
I'm gonna pause here for a little bit. As you can see, it made a huge comeback. It's known as the biggest comeback in gaming history.
Okay.
Because it went from one of the most hated and despised games to one of the most beloved. And it has received patches that have been well received after this video was made as well. They are still making stuff for it to this day. So yeah, it's actually a decent game now. Also, because it went so low at one point, the sales on it are super good.
I mean, I'm just think.
You can probably get it for super cheap if you really want it.
Oh, I mean,
Go ahead.
oh, when things were bad.
Yeah, when things were bad, it went super cheap, very fast, and it climbed back up in price. But
I mean, it's Sony that gave them the deadline, right?
yeah, they were. They also gave them a good part of the funding for it, so you know. You don't just get funding and then not deliver. As they said, it's not necessarily Sony's fault, but they are kind of stuck now.
starting to nitpick, especially when you compare them to relationships with other games companies. They could have gone
most game
around
companies do
Fallout
not fix
76,
their game.
Paywall mods with Fallout first.
Wait. I did not want to do what I just did.
But by this point, is a second game. They didn't give up on the game or scale their resources back to do it.
Oh.
They didn't come out and call all gamers entitled. They didn't add loot boxes. They didn't start work on the next big project or sequel. They didn't do much of anything except
Wait, well, I think I missed it.
Companies. They could have gone the route of Fallout
here.
76.
The route of Fallout 76.
Oh, there.
That's what I wanted to point out. So, notice how No Man's Sky fixed the game. Bethesda did not. And I was actually doing research for the Fallout video specifically, since that's it's like the first one that actually, this one and the Fallout video are the ones that really boosted the internet historians channels. They are the ones where it really took off into mainstream.
Oh.
And the Fallout video, he hasn't actually done all of the things that happened with Fallout 76 because there's just so damn many and they keep happening. Like, he waited before making that video and was like, okay, nothing bad's gonna happen, I'm gonna make the video.
Until now?
2 days later, this BS happened.
Paywall mods with
I'm gonna read this to you. A subscription to add mods to a game.
Okay.
Let me put this into perspective. Mods are something made by the community, usually.
Oh no.
And in the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series, which are by this company, they're like the cornerstone of the game. They are the thing keeping the game alive. And you're gonna ask for a monthly membership for that.
Oh no. You don't do that.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
God.
But wait, there's more. Because of course there is. Actually, do you have the time? So we also check out the Fallout one. The Fallout one is shorter, it's less than 30 minutes. I'm actually willing to go and check out that one as well if you have the time for it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's finish this one up because there's just very little left and we are not showing the last bit.
Fallout first,
Okay.
charging a monthly fee, a downward spiral more and more into pay-to-win scraps released without QA testing. But instead, they never added pay-to-win. They never added microtransactions or paid DLC. They never made VR as a second game. They didn't give up on the game or scale their resources.
Oh yeah,
back
there was
to
another
it.
game that died.
They didn't come out and call all gamers entitled. They didn't add loot boxes. They didn't start work on the next big project or sequel. They didn't do much of anything except get back to work. And just like that, the game once panned by critics now had awards rolling in.
Your developed star 2019, No Man's Sky.
This time they actually showed up to get the awards.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's next.
And to cap it all off, the subreddit
good to hear.
No Man's Sky the game even got together and pooled money for a GoFundMe to have a billboard installed near the Hello Games offices. It must have been a harrowing moment for Sean and the team. They took a huge risk to start a small studio. They clawed their way up to create one of the most notable games of the console generation. Disappointed pretty much everyone with the release, and took one of the biggest online beatings in video game history for it.
Yeah.
As a family, post-release, we faced some really difficult challenges. Everything that you can imagine from like the worst of the internet, we hit.
But then over the course of the next 3 years, completely turned it around.
I think there's like
Came out
double the
the other
amount of
side.
big updates now.
It's the underdog story. And after doing all of this research, I couldn't help but come to the conclusion that they were the good guys. So what is the future for Hello Games? In 2017, they announced Hello Labs, a support program focused on original titles and games using procedural generation. Two of the team also branched off to work on a small title called The Last Campfire.
Oh, The Last Campfire is actually already out, I think, and it's a pretty good game.
They're just working on No Man's Sky.
Oh.
sorry. I didn't want to finish the video on like a big sappy note.
Okay, stop.
That footnote.
Lock the door, this will be difficult to explain. No, this will be difficult to explain even with the locked door. So I said I am going to explain it, I'm just not going to show it.
Okay.
I highly recommend you to watch it though in your own time.
Okay.
Preferably not streaming, just to be safe. So,
Okay. Send me the link.
yeah, I will send you the
Okay.
link. I'll even have it start right here, so you don't lose anything. You can check it out after.
Thank you.
So, about this section.
Okay.
During the time the hype was at its peak, before the game actually released and flopped, someone made, and I quote, Sean Murray erotic fanfic. It's as weird as it sounds, and this mad lad actually put it in his video, minus the very spicy bits. And it annoys, fun fact, it actually annoys Sean Murray the fact that the most popular video on No Man's Sky has that bit at the end. But he can't do anything about it.
Oh. Is
And-
this the most popular video on No Man's
Yes,
Sky?
yes.
Oh,
It's basically the
unfortunately.
video that alerted everyone that, oh yeah, the game is good now. And also, here's what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
But this is basically the most popular video on the game. Imagine like how many views does this thing have? Hold on. 21 million views.
21 million views, yeah.
And imagine several people have watched it from streamers, not watched it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine even half of that have read a fanfic about an erotic fanfic, I should add, about you. You can tell why the game director doesn't like it. There are porn stars that dream of that number.
Oh no! Why does he? Oh well, I guess it's the internet historian for you.
Yep. And here's the reason why I do recommend to watch it. Simply because it pisses him off. Because as much as he is a good bean and all that,
Yeah.
he did get a little bit cocky later on. And I feel like just sharing this video is my own way of giving him a light slap on the wrist and being like, Murray, get back to your office.
Get back to work.
Yeah, basically. You did well, but don't let it get to your head because this is still on the internet.
I see. I mean, yeah, 3 years, it's still being watched by people, so
Oh yeah.
okay.
Okay, this time
So the
last one.
Fallout, the Fallout story. Now
Yeah.
I'm curious. That's a good flow.
Yeah, it's an interesting flow. Also, the Fallout one has a mix of both game-related stuff and stuff not exactly related to the game. So it's a nice little mix of everything we have seen so far.
Okay.
Let's proceed.
Okay, last video.
If you found this tape, it means that everyone is dead. Or working at a different office.
Oh hey, it's actually in
How
English
did this
now.
happen?
I didn't have to change it.
I'll tell you. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Today's lesson is the misfired launch of
Oh.
Fallout 76.
Oh, that's true.
June 2018. It began with everyone getting just a little hyped up.
A
We
little.
waited long enough, guys?
Oh god, yes we have, Todd.
I think we have.
Fallout 76, Bethesda's biggest game yet. My god, it was exciting, and they promised we'd know more at E3. E3 hype time. The press conference. 16 times the detail.
16 times the detail. All new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology.
4 times the map size.
It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. And it's our biggest one yet.
My god, it was exciting. November 14th, 2018. The game goes live.
And so
with a
it
day one
begins.
patch of 50 gigabytes.
For fuck's sake.
50 gigabytes of a patch
But
on
once
day
that's
one.
downloaded, people start logging into the hellscape that is Fallout 76.
See you tomorrow.
And oh dear lord, they never fix the bugs. And there are so many of them. Goodbye world. Goodbye.
And if you
nets,
thought the No Man's
goodbye
Sky bugs
body,
were bad,
goodbye
look at
heads.
this.
Bugs.
Witness
bugs everywhere.
horror.
Server crashes, game crashes.
Oh
old
my
bugs
God.
imported from Fallout 4. Use more than one nuke at a time, server's dead. Textures far too texturous, an all-consuming void. Error log 307. Can't pick up stuff, can't stop asserting dominance with a T-pose, frame rate problems, screen tear problems, getting too swole, getting underneath the map, getting attacked by invisible enemies, spawning too many enemies,
It kind of speaks for itself.
spawning too many god rays. Also, your camp resets after every session, and sometimes it goes underwater. Holotapes randomly play static, but too many holotapes mean none of them will play. Enemy AI is far more A than I. Animations are broken. Surprise! Floating objects and a traveling merchant. Just to name a few. Joseph Anderson has a great video that documents just the ones that he found personally. That video is 3
Oh no.
I want to point out, just for clarity's sake, the bugs that one single person on day one found is 3 hours long. Just the bugs. Compiled. 3 hours by one person on day one.
3 hours. Oh my god.
If you thought No Man's Sky at launch was bad, you are not prepared for this.
And you would think developers would learn from No Man's Sky. Holy shit.
Actually,
Okay.
Fallout was before this, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The problem
1,000 glitches. Holy.
The problem is this. Many of these are the same unfixed bugs that have been in the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series since Bethesda has had them. Which means some of those glitches are older than some of the people watching this video. This stream, rather.
Oh my gosh.
Let that sink in on how bad this actually is.
Okay. Oh no.
Moving on.
hours long.
Okay.
But it gets worse. Error CE348780 can corrupt your data and force you to reinstall the game and console operating system. A few PC players had their computers brick entirely. Also,
I actually have a friend who
1st of January
whose
2019,
PC literally
the nukes
melted
in the
from
game
this.
stopped working altogether. No one thought it prudent to program in other years in an always online game. And a few players were straight up
Holy-
logging
oh my
into
God.
other people's accounts. This guy had a level 78 character that was randomly replaced with a level 8 character.
Oh shit.
Bethesda said they couldn't do anything about it.
Oh no.
And many players are not thrilled with this game.
What?
And they want Bethesda to know that. And they want everyone else to know that too. But Bethesda owns the platform. Is Fallout 76 fun?
Yes, it is. Banned for racism. Thread locked.
They had no direct outlet for their rage. The only solution was to put a torch to everything else. Reddit, Twitter, Bethesda's other games on Steam. The backlash was immense. But surely level heads would prevail. The reviewers would come out and say that the game isn't so bad.
Yeah, the reviewers will be on our side, right?
Oh dear lord, they
Right. Nah.
This is so sad. Despacito, play Country
Of
Roads.
Nah.
Also, remember the reviewers who reacted to No Man's Sky? Watch the reactions here. Because there is a slight difference.
And the YouTube community had this to say.
It's really f***ing boring.
Could barely bring myself to play it in order to finish this review.
No one on staff wants to play any more of this video game. I'm not going to subject myself to another 20, 30 hours of this fucking...
So, imagine, if you recall, the No Man's Sky people who reacted to it, they were angry about it. These guys are, their souls have left their bodies with this game. It's that bad.
Oh
Mess. In short, Fallout 76 is morally, technically, and creatively
Did you try
bankrupt.
playing
The mods on Bethesda forums were working on it.
No.
The mods on Reddit almost gave up.
Well, technically
I'm
I
not saying that
did
some
try
people
a
didn't
little
enjoy
bit
and
of
have
it
fun
because
with
it was
this
free
game.
at some point.
But what I am saying is that the
I uninstalled
Metacritic
it
was
so
really
fast.
funny to read. So what happened?
Like, it's so
well,
bad.
It came out that development was hugely rushed. The deadlines were tight. Too tight.
Oh my god.
Plus, this wasn't Bethesda's A-team. It's actually a relatively inexperienced division based in Austin, and the scope of the game kept getting bigger.
We're gonna need distant weather systems.
Hey Todd, I stayed up all night and I just
We're
finished.
gonna need 16 times the detail.
Please.
Yes, 16 times the detail, obviously.
We're gonna need 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
That, and they were trying to patchwork the old Bethesda creation
times
engine
the
into a
size.
multiplayer framework. What else could you expect?
That's why I give
Oh yeah, they basically also never did a multiplayer game before. And they give it to the new team
Bethesda
as
could
well.
tolerate the bugs and the bad reviews and the irate players, but what they couldn't tolerate were the exploits. Infinite inventory, infinite invisibility. The frame rate was tied to the game speed, so people were going a lot faster than they should. Server hopping for more items, infinite cache and infinite duplication, unlimited XP,
Bugs?
unlimited new.
We can deal with bugs. What? You made one
clip into the quest room.
dollar more
And
than you
someone
should have
was
in a
doing
video
curse
game?
of
Die,
infinite
cheater, your account
invincibility.
is banned.
Naturally, this can really mess with other players' online experience. So Bethesda was ready
No.
with the ban hammer
This just
and a blindfold to wildly flail around and take down.
They do
anyone
say
who
justice is blind, but not like this.
But Bethesda wasn't satisfied with just banning people. No, they're a progressive company with big ideas.
I'm gonna stop here again because let me put it like this. I will literally give you $1,000 if you can guess what was their big idea to stop cheaters, people who exploit stuff. What was their big idea?
What did they do? Or
Yeah,
Stop
take a guess to stop people exploiting the game. What was their big brain idea? Something that no one else ever tried before.
So obviously they did not fix it.
Well, duh.
What? They took down the game or what? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh my god.
There is no way you would guess this. I was not able to guess this. Actually, no, I almost lied. I thought of it for a nanosecond and dismissed it as being too stupid of an idea. And I was immediately proven, no, it's actually that stupid. Let's continue.
They wanted to give a road to redemption. So support sent out this email to players caught cheating. We would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community. That's right, 500 words on why you're a very naughty boy, and they may just give you your account back.
Detention.
That's real, by the way.
Seriously? Oh my god. What?
That's, by the way, that's not the worst email in the entire video.
Oh god.
They did something far worse.
Okay.
Continuing.
But a couple of days later, the mocking from news outlets caused them to reconsider this approach. One more exploit. In all the Bethesda games, there's a dev room. Every item in the game is kept here. Security has to be top-notch because otherwise, someone could just waltz in and take all of the best items of the game and it would be an absolute disaster. Well, shit. Of course, Bethesda wasn't equipped to deal with the issue. People started flooding in, taking the best items in the game, then selling those items on a black market of sorts. At first, they tried the usual approach. Banning
The
people
usual
who had sold
approach.
the best items in the game. You spent 700 hours just to get the best gun? Die, cheater! Next, they put in a system where players would get tagged if they ever entered the room, and they banned those players. That wasn't much better because people would just start using Smurf accounts. Get in quick with a level 1 account. Get all that good shit. Then get the fuck out.
Smurfs accounts.
Then use a duplication glitch to get a ton more of those items. Then transfer that stuff to your main account and you're good to go. Bethesda then takes out this level 1 and calls it mission accomplished. And you've just beaten the game. So the problem continued. Bethesda is running out of ideas to solve it. There's a lot of speculation in the media and among players about how exactly people are getting in, but no one except for the exploiters knows for sure. That said, Bethesda needs to act fast before it ruins the economy of the game. So they wrote another email and sent it out to the Smurfs.
Still not the worst email, by the way, but it's one that's worse than the previous one. Prepare thyself.
Hello, cheater. Do you want to tell
What's
us how
that?
you did it, and we might unban you, please? Should we not hear back from you, the account will simply remain suspended. It's not known whether this approach worked, but from what I've seen, it's still possible to get into the dev room.
So, what do you think of their...
How did you do it?
Yeah. They literally asked, hey, cheater, how did you do that? Can you please give us some breadcrumbs, a hint, something?
Oh my god. Bethesda is something.
Yeah, they really are. I remember there's one email... I was about to say there's one email that's worse. There might actually be two more that's worse than this.
Oh, okay. Oh god, they should stop
I
with the
almost want-
emails already.
Honestly, they should. Like, dear God, the emails.
You don't do that. Okay, okay.
Okay, this part also is very insane, so buckle up.
Okay.
November 22nd, 2018. Just a week after the release, the game goes on discount. From $60 to $40, to $35, to $30.
Oh.
You can find it for $15 on eBay,
Oh.
and in Germany, they're straight up giving it for free when you buy a PlayStation controller. Also, some stores are just zip tying it to other products. But to
For free.
Bethesda, it's worth selling the thing at a price close to zero, because it brings people into the atomic shop,
It's a freebie.
which is where the real margins are, and it inflates the poor sales
It's a
figures.
trap.
Let's have a look at those. The latest figures show 76 sold less than a sixth of what Fallout 4 did. Not good. There's also been a massive oversupply of hard copies. Although, what's the point of a hard copy when the thing is just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code?
Can we talk about this? Why the heck is the physical copy a cardboard disc telling you go online and redeem this code that's on, not even on the disc, mind you?
You would want the case on your cabinet or something. That is so funny. And like
It's
such
so
a waste.
yeah, it's such a waste.
I use the plastic and stuff. Oh
And
my
while sales
god.
are low,
they-
returns
Okay.
are high. Immediately upon release, people began asking Bethesda for a refund. 76 is not on Steam, it's on Bethesda's own platform, so they have all the control. If players only played the game for a few hours, then generally they'd get their money back.
Generally.
However, it came out that people were sometimes getting refunds after a full 24
Yeah.
hours of play. Quite generous. But then word about this spread to forums. Then to Reddit, and a post got 12,500 upvotes informing people that this made pretty much everyone eligible for a refund, and the comments told them exactly how to do it. Bethesda was flooded with requests for refunds. And their response? Shut it down, lads. No, no, no one gets a refund now. Everyone go home. Show's over. Robot customer service man, engage.
Customers who have downloaded the game are not eligible for a refund. We apologize for the inconvenience. Die.
A few.
That email was not one of the two I was thinking of that are worse in the video.
Things followed. First, people got mad. One hardcore gamer even
Oh my
trashed a
God.
GameStop for refusing his refund.
Oh. Oh.
This is Brian. How can I help you?
Oh.
A bit of an overreaction, but probably also
All those
fake.
games.
Second, the
Innocent.
media.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And third, a class action lawsuit. Their inconsistent refund policy and terms of service may not be strictly legal. November 27th, 2018. Miglaccio and Rathod LLP filed a class action suit on behalf of customers. Media quickly picked up on that. Their
Well,
main
take an nap
argument
so you
is that
can
it's
keep
a
working to the night
sometimes
later.
unplayable game
Thanks for
owing to
being
technical
here,
problems,
Jay,
they're
and I do
refusing
hope you've
refunds,
enjoyed
and that Bethesda is
your
engaged
time
in a
with
strategy
us.
to release it anyway, and then slowly patch their way into a more playable state. Updates on this lawsuit is slow.
Yeah, thank
Rest
so I'll
well.
keep you informed on the
you.
second channel.
Good luck with the IRL work.
Look, there's a meteor headed straight to Earth. Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
the ad.
Oh,
We
ad
must
time.
do something. Was anyone curious enough to read about it online? Not me. Not me either. Nope. Oh no. Now people think I'm dumb and I have died a virgin. Don't let this happen to you. Get Curiosity Stream. It's a streaming platform with some of the best documentaries and non-fiction from around the world. Partial nudity? Maybe if you look hard enough. But more importantly, the most arousing thing of all. Knowledge. Works for your Roku, Android, etc., etc. It works on everything, okay? Science, nature, history, tech, society. CuriosityStream.com/internet historian for unlimited
I know, right?
access to the
They're
world's
so
free
well
top
made.
documentaries and non-fiction series. Use the promo code Internet Historian during the sign-up process to get the first 30 days free, then cancel any time. Wink. Please, look, I need sponsors. I bought a lifetime supply of toilet
Wink.
paper thinking I was saving money, but then I
Please.
left it out in the rain and the crows got it, and now I'm back to square one. Please.
I want to point out this was
Oh
before
God,
the quarantine.
toilet paper.
This was before the quarantine. He was ahead of the game. He knew what was gonna happen.
Oh
CuriosityStream.com/internet historian. Ads over. Let's rewind a little bit. Fallout fans made their pre-orders, and the most dedicated pre-ordered the Power Armor.
Oh, here it comes.
Wow.
Okay.
It came with a helmet, box, map, army
Oh,
toy,
shit.
and a genuine West Tech canvas bag. Fast forward to the release. And customers noticed that their precious bags, which are supposed to be made of the finest canvas in the land, look a bit different.
A bit
In
different.
fact, it looks like a carry bag the real bag should come in. Did they really just advertise one thing and deliver another? You can't do that. So
Bruh.
there was a surge of backlash, and people began emailing
Oh,
Bethesda,
no.
asking for refunds, asking for answers. By this point, customer service is absolutely over it. They are done with the facade.
Are you ready for the worst email customer service
Oh,
has
God.
ever sent out in the history of customer service? Are you prepared?
let's do it.
And they
Let's
send
do it,
this
let's do
email in response.
Hello. We are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it.
We are planning on doing anything
Oh
about
my
it.
God. We are planning on doing it.
Oh, we broke the law. We are planning on doing anything about it.
God. It was a prototype.
No, it
That's what
wasn't.
you get.
No, it wasn't. And we can prove this.
Oh no! Is that AI or was? Oh god, that is so
I don't think
bad.
AI was a thing they had access to back then. Honestly, at that point, saying that, oh yeah, our support is AI, we apologize, would have been a better excuse.
We aren't planning on doing anything about it. Oh shit, that is the worst customer service email I've ever. Oh wait, there's one more, right?
It's not worse than this one, but it's pretty damn
Okay.
close.
Okay.
That's the whole email. Staff at Bethesda aren't even hiding their contempt anymore. Naturally, the internet goes wild.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Wow.
Well, I got so mad, I shaved everything off my face.
Okay, guys, this is a bit of a PR nightmare. We have to quell the outrage. What do? Well, we've got this in-game currency. Let's just give them the minimum amount of that. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, that will work.
idea. Hear ye, hear ye. Anyone who paid $200 to $300 for the Power Armor Edition is hereby entitled to $5 worth of in-game currency that you'll be able to spend with us. 500 atoms? Fuck yeah! What are you gonna do with your atoms? I'm gonna buy 5/18 of the white paint version of the Power Armor. Whoa! What about you? Lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate. Fuck the bag! He's right! Fuck the bag! Lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood. Of course, this was Bethesda's fantasy of what would happen. What really happened
I don't
is
even
further
know what that
outrage,
is,
and
but
even the media started piling on.
I think, I'm not certain because I haven't played it, but I think it is
Oh,
a
no, the
type
media.
of floor panel in the game. And yeah, the media did pile on, for good reason.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
It even became part of that class action lawsuit from earlier. Bethesda put out a tweet apologizing for their curt customer service and gave a different excuse for why they didn't make the bags. A shortage of material, apparently. That was quickly debunked. Because it turns out they did make the canvas bag, except they gave them all out to influencers. Oh dear. It's not the same one, of course, but it's sourced from that ever-scarce material,
dear.
canvas.
Oh
But what's
dear,
more
indeed.
amusing is that it turns out there is a canvas bag in the game. If you don the postman's outfit, which of course can be found at the Atom Shop, for 700 atoms. Ooh, just short.
They couldn't even give the bag to you in game. They couldn't even do that much. You cannot write this stuff. Oh wait, it gets worse. You think this is bad? Hold on. It gets worse. With the bags, it still gets worse. Hold on.
Well, the bleating from the online community continued, and Bethesda's lawyers realized there would be trouble, so they decided to capitulate. All right,
Let them
fine.
eat canvas.
We'll make your precious fucking bag. If you want to claim it, you'll have to fill out this form with your name, personal details,
Canvas.
address, etc., etc., and we'll ship out the bag to you in 4 to 6 months. But it doesn't quite end there, because Bethesda is known for bugs, and of course.
What did you think? Actually, no, what do you think might happen with their site? Because they really are a company known for their bugs. How do you think the entire bag fiasco can get worse?
What? How can how can it get worse?
Yes.
The bag. Oh my god.
You're like, wait, we are still on the bag? Yes.
Bag and bug. Wait. Someone hacked their. Oh shit! What? Someone hacked their website?
Yes. No. That would
What?
imply someone had to put in effort.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's worse.
I don't know.
Here you go.
Of course, their website is a
What
buggy mess
happened?
too. Turns out all of the customer support inquiries are unsecure and open to the public. In fact, people can open and close and change them at will. Listed are details of full legal names, phone numbers, home addresses, and more. If you've requested your canvas bag, you've just been doxxed.
That includes the credit
Oh
cards,
my
by the way.
god.
It includes the credit cards and the person's name and their address
Oh shit.
and basically everything they need to use the card
You've been
online.
doxxed? Oh.
How do you even?
What?
I'm not sure you can fail this hard if you try to fail. Like maybe you'll get half of these wrong, but how can you get all of them?
Someone's been cursed in their team with bad luck. Like seriously. It's so bad. Oh my god.
Not knowing how to immediately fix the problem, Bethesda panics and temporarily shuts down the whole website. And that is the tale of the Duffel kerfuffle. How could this have been so difficult? They made one for New Vegas.
Duffel.
Yep. So, fun fact, they did indeed make one for a previous game, and there were no issues with that one, so God knows why it was so bloody hard to make it now. Also, a part that was not covered in the video, but I have researched extensively. Eventually, they did, after, what was it again, a year and a month, not 6 months, not 4 to 6 months, a year and a month, they eventually sent the bags.
Okay, so everyone got their bags after
Yes.
getting doxxed. Oh
Yes.
no. You get your bag, but at what cost? Your credit card details, apparently.
And your address,
And your
the
address,
email,
and your full
everything.
name. Oh god, I feel so sorry for them at this point.
I mean, honestly, they should have just said, you know my address, you know my email, you know all of that. You already sent me the bag, send me the bag as well. Like, they should have just done that. They had no reason to fill out a second form.
Oh god.
And if Bethesda is so incompetent that they didn't, keep the user's information at least for refund purposes, then they deserve a lawsuit. Because again, that's pure incompetence.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Duffel kerfuffle ended. Another, if you will remember, in the special edition collector whatever thingamajig,
The big one.
yeah, it also had a helmet, right?
Yeah, the helmet. Oh god.
So
please don't tell me the helmet.
it's not in the video, but there was also something with the helmet.
Okay.
Apparently there was a type of mold in it, and it could suffocate and murder people.
Oh my god, no! Oh god.
It was later verified that it's not actually the one from the collector edition, it's just a very similar one that GameStop sold in collaboration with them. So it's still a Fallout helmet. It's not the one from the collector edition that was the compromised one, though.
But it's still their IP, though.
It's still their IP, it's still their product, and one of them was still murdering people if they weren't careful.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Even if
as
it
far
is
as I'm aware,
GameStop.
no one was harmed. So that's good. But
Oh god,
dear
you
God,
can
so
only
many
fuck up
issues.
so much. Oh god.
And remember, the helmet one is not even in the video. I had to add that. After research.
Oh, it's not in this video?
No, it's not in the video.
Holy.
It happened like 2 days after the guy made the video, and he was like, really, guys? I finished the video, and now you mess up again?
Follow up to.
He,
could have
here's
made
the
a
best thing.
follow-up
Here's the best thing. He tried to make a follow-up, and when he said it's ready and I'll post it in 2 days, they messed up again. And he said, screw it, no more follow-up. I'm moving on. This will keep us... This is not right. I cannot keep up. You're messing up more than I can make videos for.
That is so... Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
And I think you saw a bit of the thing he salvaged when he made the first screw-up that he didn't add to this video. And that was with the membership. You saw it in the No Man's Sky video.
Yeah.
And then they screwed up
he
again
didn't
after
mention-
that.
Oh, God.
And notice there's still a part of the video left. There's more screw-ups in the video.
Yeah, it's half
Last piece
almost.
of
Oh, there's
a
6
rum
minutes more. Oh,
Nuka
God.
Cola Dark.
What could be worse?
Pre-orders
Okay, let's
available in September. Shipped out on November 14th. $80 plus postage and handling. Not cheap, but in return you got a very cool bootle.
80?
Looks good on the shelf. A
80,
great
yes.
conversation piece with the family over Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Or at least it would have been. November 14th came and went,
Okay.
and there was no rum.
Would have been.
Okay.
And
A week
went.
later on November 21st, an email comes through.
Oh.
There's a delay. Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard, they say.
Things are not to the usual Fallout standard. Considering the rest of the video, the Fallout standard is not something you should want. The bad part is they mean it literally but are not aware of it.
In case you're wondering, everything else is not according to Fallout. Oh my God. Okay.
The usual Fallout standard.
Yes, thank you for pointing it out.
The usual Fallout.
Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard. So we'll have it for you soon. No specific date given.
1 week later.
Nothing. Then on December 5th, another
Oof.
email. Good news. We start
Later.
shipping on...
Be prepared for the dumbest email they had the balls to send. Well, not as dumb
Okay,
as the one
okay.
with the customer support, but the one after that.
Okay.
Remember how the bottle was supposed to look like?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
keep
like
that
a
in your
rocket
mind
ship
as
or
you watch
something.
this video.
Okay.
December 12th. It's been nearly 3 months since you pre-ordered, but as a show of good faith, we made this promotional video for you. And this is where things went from tardy to retardy. Right there. Did you catch that? That's just a regular industry bottle and a plastic shell. We paid $80 and waited a quarter of a year for a plastic shell? People were not happy. Look at that ratio. Nothing in the marketing said that it was a plastic shell. Super premium, we were promised.
Oh man.
And the media agreed. People began cancelling their orders. Silver Screen
Because
tries
of
to
course they
convince people
did.
that it's not cheap and shitty. It actually cost us twice as much to make the plastic one than the glass one.
Bullshit.
Then what the fuck? We spent 100 hours coding the design.
100 hours coding the design. Bruh. I can code the entire design for that. Back when I was in high school, in less than a quarter of the time.
100. Okay.
Convincing stuff. So it arrives, just a few days before Christmas. The rum is about the quality you'd expect.
Can I swear on this? It's my own show.
Worse is the design. The oversized lip means liquid can pour
Look at
inside
this.
the shell.
Hard to pour because how they made this damn thing.
Oh.
Spilled like half the shot.
Very dribbly.
So you're best off opening the whole thing up to prevent spilling. But if you do that, there's a good chance that you'll snap the flimsy plastic. Any liquid will immediately ruin this cheap paper sticker. Some made their own at home and the quality was about on par. But look, if you do want a decent version of this product, there are reputable sellers of them. They're on Etsy. They're far cheaper, and they actually give a shit. Not gonna lie though, some of the memes that came out of this were pretty good. Now, many claim that this was an honest mistake.
Sorry.
Or that customers were at fault for misinterpreting
Falling
ambiguous
keys.
marketing. I disagree. All of the marketing shows other glass items. All of the mock-ups show something more akin to frosted glass than plastic. They give plenty of descriptions of the product too, and not once do they mention plastic. And they were engaged in a bunch of other tomfuckery as well.
Because of course
Before the
they
product was
did
even
other
available,
bullshit.
They flooded their own product reviews with a bunch of 5 stars. This raised some eyebrows, and people on Reddit even called them out for it, so they deleted them. You can see all this activity on the Wayback Machine. Now, if they're happy to deceive people in this way, it seems silly to give them the benefit of the doubt about the glass. It's also worth quickly talking about the
Spoiled by a time-traveling machine of the internet.
Way back machine. Yeah.
It's actually a site. It has records of a lot of stuff in the past. It's very good for
It
checking up
helps.
on stuff when it gets deleted. Nice little internet archive.
Bethesda merch store. Some of these items are pretty neat. That's cool. Good idea. I'd have that. Fallout 76 pant. Singular. But why is he so mad? The photography is all just slightly off. This gaudy jacket was mocked relentlessly on social media. But does the 76 in $276 really make it more immersive? And why did they just toss it on the ground? And it comes in this crumpled up toddler body bag. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in merch and you
Oh
don't have
my
an
God.
iron? Why is she wearing the size XXL? She's clearly not happy about it. But who looked at this and said, good job, print? Now that's surprising. And what the fuck? They made the bottle properly. Yeah, one of those please, but bigger and brown. Is that so hard? Let's get back to the game. December 2000.
Yeah, they actually made the
There are
bottle.
2 new patches
I
released that
couldn't.
caused quite
And it's
stir.
30.
Yeah.
And it's $30.
Yeah.
For PC, they included a number of quality of life improvements, including push to talk.
Oh yeah, by the way, he didn't show it here, but on release, the game, by default, had mics on. And you couldn't turn them off.
Oh no.
So,
What?
yeah. There were people
fucked up.
complaining about it. Also remember, it's a MMO, technically.
Yeah.
So, you'd be
It's
messing around, playing your game, and then you hear Timmy's mother come in and be like, Timmy, go do your homework.
It's dinner time.
Yeah, exactly. Now imagine.
One of the basic functions that you add on an MMO.
Yeah.
Oh god. It's so
Like,
bad.
if you're gonna
It's
add
like,
mics, add the option to turn them off for the love of God.
did they ask like an intern intern group or something to do this? Just to save money on the development or something? I don't know.
I mean, to
Or
be
if the
fair, they
interns
did
could-
mention it. It wasn't the A team that made this, it
The
was the
A,
B
yeah.
team. So there is
B
that.
or the Z team. Oh god.
But honestly, even if it was the A team, many of these problems were, again, older than some of the viewers. Because they were basically
that's true.
imported from the previous games and never fixed. They've been
And
using the same
customer
game engine
service.
for years, just adding on to it. And you know what happens
I mean,
with the House of Cards, right? When you have a few
What?
that slip.
Oh, yeah. Everything goes down.
Yeah, that's basically their game engine. It's literally held together by a little bit of coding glue and a sticker. And if something goes slightly wrong, it all falls down.
Oh no.
But it also brought in
Okay.
field of view sliders.
Let's
Hooray!
go.
Increased stash capacity from 400 pounds to 600 pounds, and a small
Hooray.
buff to automatic weapons. Hooray!
The good stuff.
They decreased the carry weight of bobby pins so it no longer took up 10 to 20% of people's inventory.
I got a box of bobby pins the other week that said weigh these.
So someone literally took a box of bobby pins, mailed it to the guy, to the creative lead, and said, weigh these. Put them on whatever the heck the thing is, I can't remember the name right now. Weigh these
Uh-huh.
and see that it's not 10 times as much as it is in your game.
I mean, it's a bobby pin. It doesn't even weigh anything. Holy.
There were also upgrades to the camp that allowed for easier construction, and a bunch of bug fixes. Hooray! The bad.
And of course there's bad with the patches.
A whole bunch of
Hooray.
unannounced stealth nerfs. They generally made the game grindier. Ammo production was decreased. Fusion cores burnt out faster. Legendary enemies spawned less frequently.
On guard, I'll fuck you up.
And the backlash was significant, because everybody knew why Bethesda was doing it. To encourage people to use the Atomic Shop. And let's talk briefly about that store. Some of the prices are outrageous. A Christmas tree for $12, a Santa outfit for $20, blue and yellow paint for $18. Oh look,
Blue and yellow paint for $18. The shirt you start Fallout 4 with, that's $3.
What?
In the next game, which is Fallout 76.
$3 for the
Imported
same sweater
from-
vest
oh,
and slacks item
you buy
imported
it.
from Fallout 4.
Yep.
But the biggest
No.
offense of all was the holiday
God.
emote bundle.
Emotes.
Why?
Emotes.
Emotes. Twice the price of these games. The media agreed that these were egregious prices. But worse, they're engaged in some deceiving marketing practices too. Oh look, it's marked down half price. But it's not. It was released half price. They're artificially jacking up the price only to then give it a fake limited time discount in order to create a sense of urgency. That's illegal, here in Australia at least, in Canada and in the EU. Reddit quickly picked up on this
Yep.
and pointed it out. Bethesda reacted by scrapping the discount and just setting it as the always intended
Amazon
price.
got in trouble for that.
Okay, it's been about
Yeah,
25
they
minutes
did.
of whining now, so I'm just going to leave it here. I didn't even get a chance to touch on the new pay-to-win fiasco. The new camera item that lets you teleport, dwindling player numbers.
Okay, so I'm gonna touch in his stead on the pay-to-win fiasco. So basically, they added some costumes that when you have it, it improves your stats.
Uh-huh.
Only one of them
okay.
was free in the game. The other three you have to buy. Now here's the thing. When you are in a party, the effects stack between different costumes, but not the same one.
Uh-huh.
So basically, one person was allowed to be free to play, but the others, if they wanted the bonus to increase for everyone, they had to buy it.
Oh. Oh my god.
But they added the same the costume in the game that gives the bonus. That's fair, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay. Oh no.
So yeah, that's the
why
deal
it's
with
called
that
pay to
one.
win.
Yeah, that's the deal with that one. Because they said, oh, we're not going to put stuff that modifies stats in the shop. Nah, we're not doing that. Bruh.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah, they said
And
that. Then this
and
happened.
then they add. Okay. Oh
But on
my
the flip
God.
side, they're also adding new content and improving the game over time. Heck, No Man's Sky was a surprising comeback. So, maybe Bethesda can do it too. But for now, Todd returns to cryostasis, hiding in his bunker until the bombs of outrage stop falling, and returning only when it's time to get our hopes up once again.
So, that was the fall of 76. Now, I do have a few details to add here, because of course I do, because it's Fallout 76.
Did you play that? Oh, you said you
said,
tried playing it.
Yeah, I tried when it was free, and I said,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm uninstalling this. Screw this. This isn't worth it. This is not fun.
Oh God. Oh my God. Okay.
So, a few things I do want to note
what
here.
do you add?
First off, No Man's Sky talked a little bit about the lead designer. So I'm actually going to talk a little bit about Todd Howard here as well. And his story is surprisingly similar in some aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is a good creative lead.
Mm-hmm.
He is also a good developer.
Mm-hmm.
The part that most people don't know, and only very, very, I think at most half a year ago the story got out, he wasn't actually allowed to work on this game, even though he wanted to.
He wasn't?
Yeah, the main company that bought them out didn't let him work on the game. They didn't let him code anything. And
why not?
We don't know that part, but we do know he wasn't allowed to work on it per se. He was just allowed to talk on it to be the PR person.
Okay.
So they kind of used his name to sell the game to some extent.
Because Fallout, the other games.
Yeah, the other games were made by him.
Sold. Okay.
And
oh no.
He was beloved by the community. He did some cool stuff. And here he wasn't even allowed to work on the game. So he has a little bit of but at the same time he lied to basically everyone. So yeah.
Oh, that's why. Did he work on the previous games?
Yeah, on the previous.
Did, right?
Yeah, he did on the previous games.
Oh,
He
wasn't
did not
involved in this one.
No, he wasn't. He was basically just told, yeah, this is what they'll be doing, and he was like, yeah, 4 times the map size of Fallout 4, 16 times the details.
Oh God. I don't know.
So yeah, that's one thing I have to add. Another thing, and this is the thing we saw in No Man's Sky about the membership. This basically allowed people to host their own servers.
Okay.
This meant that you could, if you had a membership, but only if you had it, you could play it as a single-player game. This is a big issue because all of the other Bethesda games are single-player games.
Mm-hmm.
And this was also made as a single-player game, and they slapped multiplayer on it. The bigger problem was that since this was multiplayer, initially, they didn't allow people to use mods. The problem is that Bethesda games are so dependent on the modding community to fix their games for them. So even though people did make mods that can, fix the game, that got people banned. Because it was altering the code. And the client noticed after a while.
Oh,
Yeah, it didn't notice initially. That's how bad things were.
And then you have what? And then they introduced a subscription model
Yeah, a
for you to
subscription
use
model.
mods.
Yeah. On your own world, you were allowed to use mods. You couldn't do it on any of the public servers, but you could do it on your own.
On your own.
Which makes no sense because it's, single player. Why the heck does single player have a subscription?
This is their latest work, right? I mean,
Currently, yes. It's the latest developed by them. They have published other games. They are far better as a publisher than they are as a developer, it seems.
okay.
Because they did publish Doom Eternal, for example. And that went out just fine. The DLCs as well. There was a bit of controversy with the music in that one, but that's not related to them specifically. That's something else. But yeah.
I mean, they're just publishing it.
There was also more recently, like this month, levels of recent, an issue where a group of people on their own server took to policing who can use what items. And they had very strict rules.
Okay.
And initially, it was fine. It was basically them role-playing as evil guys and whatnot, as the evil police.
Uh-huh.
And as you can expect it, they took it way too far. And it spread to other servers. And of course, Bethesda did absolutely nothing to stop it. And it got media attention.
It doesn't end.
No, it doesn't. One of the journalists infiltrated the players to get the latest scoops. And eventually she was found out. And people started saying, oh yeah, this user is not good. Do not trust this user. They are a journalist. And it's so silly. The group eventually disbanded on their own. But it's...
Oh, I see.
It's so many levels of, you can fix this so easily. You're not the first MMO in existence, okay? You're not. You are not. Destiny is definitely not, even though they think they are. That's a whole can of worms I'll open another time. Maybe, possibly, in the future, who knows?
Yeah.
But people have had these issues before and they found the fixes. That is public information. Why can you not copy and paste when you should copy and paste?
Are the bugs still not fixed or what?
Some are not. For example, I do know people can still get in the dev room still.
Oh. Because I briefly like searched it and it's like what, $12 or something like that. So I don't know. I'll probably check the reviews later.
It's on mostly positive right now.
Right now?
And a lot of things have been fixed.
Okay, I see.
But it's still a very predatory game overall. It's still very grindy. And it really lacks the charm of the previous games, in my opinion. What basically happened is that the reviews that are left are from the people who really, really, really like the game, so obviously they're a bit biased.
Oh.
I'm not saying it didn't get better, but it's not it's not the sort of comeback that No Man's Sky did. And I have played that one. That one is actually a good game now.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Now
I
I know
have
what to
had
get
fun
next time.
with that one.
And what not to get. What to get and what not to get.
Yeah, indeed. Also, one final note I want to add.
Okay.
The interviews with regarding both games. After seeing enough interviews, I can kind of tell when game companies want to hide something in the answers they give or don't really have a plan going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell with No Man's Sky, like he tried to temper expectations at some points, but at the same time, he was confident that he can have these things if he had the time. And case in point, he had the time, and most of the things that he's promised are actually in the game now.
Yeah, that's what I thought when after they released the improvements and stuff. If they had time,
Now,
then
granted,
it
it
would
took
have
it took years to get where it is now, but they also added a lot of
But-
stuff that was never promised.
That's true. Yeah.
They even did a visual update. They added a lot of stuff. Like No Man's Sky has an insane amount of content for the price it has. I highly recommend you at least try the game once.
Okay. Next time when it's on sale. I mean, I see it a lot on like last time. Yeah. That's why I know No Man's Sky, but I haven't played it, so but it's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, like it
How-
actually
how
has
it
a
came.
story and everything.
Oh god.
But yeah, the reason why I bring this up, it was very briefly mentioned in one of the two videos, Anthem. That's a game that did not last a year. It's extinguished. It doesn't live anymore.
Which one?
Anthem.
Oh, the one that they said that they did not do this. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't.
Instead, they improved the game.
Yeah. Anthem was one of the games that let people down majorly. And I think I'm one of the few people who saw it coming from the start because I watched the interviews. And there was one specific question where I caught on that, oh my god, they have no plan. And it was when the lead designer was asked if they have any plans of adding new areas to the game. Guess what his answer was? We don't have any plans of adding any areas or biomes to the game.
He said that?
He said that. If there's a dead giveaway that a game is not in a good place, especially a live service game, not just any game, a live service game, is when your creative lead doesn't have even a slight idea of what he wants to add. That's a dead giveaway. It's also why it's one of the most common questions asked in interviews like that.
Well, I don't know which one is lying or like, hyping up when you don't actually know if it's gonna happen or just tell out like
Yeah, that's
straight
actually
like that.
hard to
It's
tell.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's actually hard to tell at times. Like, for example, with Sean Murray, I was looking at it, at the interviews at some point, and I was like, something's wrong, but I cannot put my finger on it. I couldn't tell what was wrong or how wrong it was, but something was amiss.
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
And with Fallout, I knew from the previous games that Todd Howard always oversells his games. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I was this close to actually pre-ordering it myself, but I didn't.
Oh.
I was this close.
I feel so sorry for the ones who bought the collectors.
Yeah, the
thingy.
collector's edition.
Oh my god! At least with Japanese game companies, I mean, they have the integrity to deliver or at least delay if they can't deliver quality goods, right? Not just
Yeah, integrity seems to be quite a precious resource in the world. There is a lack of integrity, and it's far bigger than the lack of canvas.
I don't intend to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do customer support, but that is just bad.
I do not
Oh,
believe that the
God.
person who sent that email still has a job in customer support ever.
I don't know if is that even true or is
It's
like
true, like
I don't
many
know.
people got it. It wasn't just
Oh,
one
God.
person, many people got it.
I
Basically,
mean,
anyone who
I wouldn't
had the
think
collector edition
if
and sent a complaint got the
if it
same
was
email.
like a meme or something, a made up
No,
email, but
no,
it's not.
no.
Oh, God.
So much. So much.
But yeah, this was educational.
I would hope so.
I really had fun.
I'm
I
glad
mean,
you.
I wouldn't know half of the things that if I just watch this on my own, like if you didn't give context or anything. So that, yeah.
Yeah, with
Your
stuff like this,
explaining
it
really helped.
often helps to have someone who is in the know with things. It's like
Yeah.
getting into a game that seems complex, but is very simple once you get the hang of it. You need someone to show you the ropes without
that's true.
getting in the way at the same time.
Yeah. Also, like the internet story is really doing a lot of research to,
Oh yeah,
I
he is doing
mean,
a lot of
it.
research.
Yeah, I mean, it looks meme-ish and like um, he
Exaggerated.
makes it like a joke or something.
Yeah, exaggerated.
But yeah, it's facts.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
He's stating facts.
The world is a weird place. It's a crazy,
God.
insane place.
The internet is. But the game's part 2. Well, yeah, I had fun with this session.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much.
It was fun for me as well to talk about these things and see them again. It offered me a bit of a different perspective as well.
I mean,
I think both of us needed the laugh. I think all of us needed the laugh, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Anytime. Now then, I do believe this is where I'll be ending this stream.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Yay.
A pleasure to have you here, Crea. I will be having another stream in a couple of hours, actually. Since
Shit.
Since I do want to actually attempt. Keyword is attempt, because I already know I'm not finishing it today, but I do want to progress on some of the games that I have in the backlog. I started a few too many games, and all of them are huge, and I also want to start other games. So I asked people, but they said finish what you started.
I can totally relate to that. I'm like, I have 4 games.
I have 7.
currently playing game in progress, and I can't finish any of them. But yeah,
I
we
have
can
7.
do this.
Yeah, we're gonna finish the games eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. It's just January.
Yeah, it's just January. It's fine.
Okay, I'll let you rest now so that you can play your game later. Really, thank you so much for this session. I learned a lot. I mean, yeah, I learned a lot about the internet, the world during the pandemic, and the game scene.
All in a day's work.
Thank
Time
you so
travel really is
much.
an interesting tool, allowing us to see so much of the world in so little time.
That's true. That's true. And so many things to miss if you live under a rock, like me.
Oh, come on now, it's not
Anyways.
that easy.
Anyways, thank you so much, Raza.
Also, before we go, I do want to share your links in my chat, so give me just a second to pull them
okay.
up.
Okay. Thank you. And I'm gonna watch that thingy at the end of the No
Yes,
Man's
yes.
Sky. I need to watch that before going to sleep. Oh my god. Why does he have to do this? It's like the man has been like, he has his moment already, and then you end with an erotic. Oh, whatever. Okay. That's my.
Over there
That's
we
for
have
me too.
Crea's Twitter, and over here we have her Twitch. She is streaming on Twitch as far as I'm aware.
Yes, I do.
And I do believe other socials and whatnot can be found over on her Twitter.
Yes. Thank you so much. I hope your viewers had fun watching too.
I'm sure they were laughing as much as we were.
Okay then. Thank you so much, Raza. Enjoy your games later.
Yes, but before that I think I'll grab something to eat because it's been a while.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay then. Bye bye.
Good night, Crea, and good night everyone. See you all
Yeah, good
next time.
night. Have a good day. Bye bye.